Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine, Google, it's go time on a Monday morning. The Monday morning quarterback and a new horizon. The draft class now set. We will certainly digest and try not to regurgitate, at least not too much. E.T., good morning. Both you and I were outside of our friendly confines on Friday morning, so we'll avoid overreacting to the first pick, which was Travis Hunter, and an aggressive move that was made on Thursday. And I know y'all all dished that around, but as I sit here 3 days later and we look back on a Monday, that is really the defining and I would argue only storyline the Jaguars provided on draft weekend. Now that will change as hopefully we learn to know these names as good, solid, contributing football players. But as we sit here now, reconfigured for the most part, gone through free agency, gone through the draft. As we sit here reconfigured, forget the ecosystem and intangibly rich or poor, all the other buzzwords and catchphrases. The one thing that these guys said when they got here, the one thing that they said that better be true, at least for the 2025 season, if we want to have any joy around here, the one thing that better be closest to absolute truth is their belief that this team is a whole lot better than the record was. That better be true. Because if not, we got a process here that's longer than a year in front of us. I'm looking at the top 22 here. I'm looking at the 22 from a year ago. I'm looking at it. See me, ET? See me looking at the roster here? Take a look so you can confirm for the listeners. I'm looking at the Jaguars 22.
Confirm.
Yeah. Shh, YouTube. Shh. Shh. It's right here.
Right here, I see it.
Written on my hand. I'm scanning it. I'm looking for the extra 6 or 7 wins that you need to go from 4 to playoff contention. I'm doing it by looking at the depth chart. And if I transpose the depth chart from a year ago, I'm not seeing much different outside of Travis Hunter and some offensive line replacements. And quite frankly, they better be right or upgrades. They don't look like super upgrades. They look like different players playing the position. But gosh, I don't know. Hainsey looks a lot like Tampa Bay's Fortner. So really, and don't get me started on the defense. Anybody want to name the new starter on defense? Huh? The defense was, not good. Right? The line got pushed around. Anybody want to show of hands the additions to the defensive line this offseason? Anyone? Bueller? We drafted, I don't know, Johnny McLeod, I think, some Auburn kid, maybe 5th, 6th round. Did we sign a D lineman in free agency? Am I missing something?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, who was it?
Emmanuel Ogba. We got him from Miami.
Okay, we did get him late?
Late, yeah, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, wake up, Jeff. Your boy came off a 5-dayer, just went blind this morning, huh?
My dog came in hot.
I mean, well, that gives you some defensive line rotation. But, and again, not a starter. I'm still looking at my 22. It's right here in front of me. I got the sheet of paper right in front of me. I'm looking across the D-line. I'm seeing Josh Allen. I'm seeing Mason Smith. I'm seeing Eric Armstead. I'm seeing Trayvon Walker. I've been told now we have Emmanuel Ogba, so we should be good now. Sorry, I'm distracted here. I'm typing. All right, let's go to the linebackers. See who started at linebacker last year? Pretty much Lloyd and
Foyer.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Ventrell Miller, but last I checked, he's been on the team. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple. We've got some nuance, I guess, to the defensive backfield. Again, assuming. By the way, I'll get around. But we're talking about both sides of our mouth here with this Travis Hunter deal in just a second. When it comes to a two-way player, I'm going to clear things up for you real quick on that.
Oh boy,
yeah, that's coming in about 2 minutes. Yeah. I mean, this Travis Hunter, it's just staring you right in the face, and it all adds up, and like nobody's putting the two and the two together. But more on that in a second. I mean, you added Jordan Lewis, but, it's a slot corner. So, again, that could be an upgrade. I mean, point being this, outside of Travis Hunter, where's the major difference to this football team as we can see it now?
As far as we can see it?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Evan Ingram's gone, and 2 tight ends you've never heard of are in his place. Christian Kirk's gone. You've got a rookie in Travis Hunter. De'Ami Brown and some Parker Washington improvement is what you're looking for there. And the O-line is still a big wait and see. Now, they did draft an O-lineman in round 3.
Yeah, the Mountain
Milan, from West Virginia. A good player. Big 10, Big 12 offensive lineman of the year. I think that's a good piece. I'm assuming and hoping that these guys in their scouting are picking the right positions. I think position-wise, they didn't do anything super surprising other than the lines of scrimmage really weren't addressed. You did Milan as a swing offensive lineman from West Virginia, and again, an Auburn, linebacker / edge rusher in, 6th round maybe. So the lines of scrimmage, which we've been so worried about, there are some new faces. Not a ton on defense, especially. On offense, we'll see. Hainsey better be better than Fortner / Morse. If you go get a versatile offensive lineman from the Ravens who's made a lot of starts for a better football team, well, then he darn well better be an upgrade from Sheriff. Now back to Travis Hunter, the top pick, who again is going to totally define what this is. And because of our belief in him, I'll say who did you and I want since the season ended?
Travis Hunter.
Right. And I thought the deal was more than good for the Jags. I'm tired of following a loser A football team that can't get out of its own way. Don't tell me about what I'm giving up. Tell me about what I'm getting.
Jeff, I wish you were here with me on Friday. Dan asked, what would I give for Travis Hunter? I said, I give up the house. I said, I give up this year's first rounder, this year's first rounder. I said that morning. We ended up doing it. We go get Travis Hunter. And I'm more than happy.
It's fun. I was sitting around the draft. What would you give up for Travis Hunter? Because again, I'm still pumping this up with the guys I'm around leading into the draft. I said I give up this year's first and next year's first. Is that enough? Could you get him for that? That's exactly what I said.
Yes.
And by the way, happy to do it. Let me know who the 18th pick is next year. But listen, by the way, as an organization, you're not sitting around thinking, well, gosh, I don't want to give up a top 10 pick. No, you're thinking, we're going to the playoffs. That pick won't be worth much. I'll go fleece the Lions for a couple extra thirds later in this draft. There's plenty of draft picks to get what you need done next year. This year going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see just how advanced that scouting eye is around here compared to what we've seen. Because, again, we have not hit a Grand Slam home run in round 3 to 7 in franchise history. I know it's amazing. Google it if you must, but trust me on it. We've not hit an impact, bona fide star player in round 3 through 7 in our history. It's unbelievable. By the way, tag Milan, you're it. Can you make a Pro Bowl as an offensive lineman? Because no other Jags draft pick has since Tony Baselli. Then we get to the middle part of the draftee where this is where the fun starts, where guys like me and you who watch some football on Saturdays decide that, yeah, man, I don't like that running back from Virginia Tech. I would have taken Cam Scadaboo. I would have taken like me personally, what I said, I would have taken the Tennessee running back there instead of Virginia Tech. Okay. All day long. Dude ran for 24 touchdowns last year. I think he led the SEC in rushing. He's a big play waiting to happen. Man, I liked that Dylan Sampson from Tennessee, and I really targeted in that kind of area where they ended up going. And look, hopefully this is why they get paid the big bucks, and Virginia Tech kid is that much more explosive and that much better. Then you get to the late rounds. It's all about special teams, I suppose. But, yeah, of all of the buzzwords that were thrown our way, of all the things they said, the one thing we need them to be right about is this roster's a lot better than the record, because it needs to be. What we've done in free agency in the draft alone is not a 6-game improvement. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
What we've done in free agency and draft alone is not a 6-game improvement. It does not get you to 10 and into postseason conversation. That's where game plan, playbook, coaching, and continued maneuverability. And to E's point, they do finally add that veteran piece at rush in after the draft has settled things. It is Emmanuel Ogbah, 1 year, $5 million deal. Been with Miami for the past 5 years. In 9 years, got 47.5 sacks. This is an Arden Key type signing, right, E?
Yeah.
Which we need, right? We've missed that rotational piece since he left. But that's what he is here, rotational pass rusher. So the Jags, obviously, look, I like what they did from this standpoint, E. We screamed, go get veteran rush in, go get this player, go get that player. And they said, we don't want to block the progress of our young guys, right? Mm-hmm. Well, now they've gone through a draft and realized, well, there's no progress to block here. We haven't added, outside of the guys that we have. And, eventually the Ogbahs and the Lace, you run out of opportunities. So now they go get Ogbah now with a clear vision of the young guys whose paths wouldn't want to be blocked. And I like this move, especially in obvious passing situations. And with Emmanuel Ogbah, you're getting a proven guy to get you 5 or 6 sacks sprinkled in along the way, which, by the way, would have been a good, solid, by a mile, third place on the sack total this year, team-wise, on the leaderboard. I mean, it's Trayvon, Josh Allen, and nobody else when it comes to picking up sacks for this football squad, right?
That's it, man.
From the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosure. Why is Jeff being negative Nelly? Were they supposed to overhaul the whole roster? It's an interesting perspective, friend. This is what I'm saying. It was not my intent to be negative this morning, E. Does that come across as negative to you?
No.
Okay. Well,
I won't say negative.
You paused at least a little bit. All I'm saying is I hope that by the way, I believe the roster is better than the record. I do believe that Travis Hunter enough in that bold move. If we were sitting here today, all things being equal with Mason Graham instead of Travis Hunter, I wouldn't be very excited, E. It wouldn't make me righter or wronger. But I wouldn't be very exciting.
Yeah, I've seen negative Jeff before. That ain't negative.
Thank you. There's no negative vibe here. That's you creating it, man. You got to get out your feelings, Jag fan. By the way, it's not negative to point out our football team is 4-13 and pretty much stinks every year. That's not negative. And pointing out what was done on draft day versus what is still here on the roster and giving most of you out there an objective view, a clear view of what's changed and where we're at is exactly what was done in the first 15 minutes. If it was too negative for you, I would suggest Romper Room this morning. They still show that on PBS. Go find Caillou. Maybe that little bald-headed bastard can get...
His crybaby self. I will not let my kid watch Caillou.
Maybe you go watch that little bald-headed bastard. Caillou.
His crybaby self always whine.
Yeah, a little whiny little so-and-so is what he is. All right, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to clear up this Travis Hunter, man. Don't fall for this shell game. Let me clarify the math for you. And then you be the judge. We'll do that and more when we return. Going to hear from Travis Hunter and his press conference as he was announced to Jag. I assume by now you have seen the draft list, but I realize not every single person tuning in to this award-winning infotainment in the morning is a P1 Jag fan, and they're just on top of the depth chart left and right. At least as far as the positions go and what was added, we will take this morning to rewind and review that. We've got Fred Taylor today, E?
We got Fred Taylor.
Okay, we got the Monday morning running back. So Freddie T will weigh in on what he thought the Jags did. I know he's going to be excited about Travis Hunter. And at the end of the day, you got the best player in the draft. Outside of the quarterback position and having the number 1 pick with Trevor Lawrence, we've never done that on draft day. We've never left a draft saying, wow, we got the best player in the draft. Travis Hunter is that. He's him. He's going to be everything that you want him to be. Everything you are hoping Travis Hunter will be, that's what he's going to be for the Jaguars. Let's hope that that's a big enough piece to take this team, to help take this team to heights that they've not gotten to. And I guess at this point, that height would be the Super Bowl. We've been, so close. Not there yet. All right. The trickle-down effect from Travis Hunter and a realistic expectation on where we will see him and when we will see him on the field on Sundays. That and more when we return. It's the Monday morning quarterback here this morning. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
From the edge of your radio to the edge of your seat. Showtime. Feel the excitement of live play-by-play.
And this place is rocking right
on 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at hodgesmazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, get $300 off all windows or $825 off patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires April 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Prize, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town, setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
St. John's, live local radio for Jacksonville. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This Mother's Day season, give the gift of wellness with a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. Buy a $75 gift card or more and guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes a perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything. including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'll give you a hypothetical real quick because of your competitiveness. It's 4th and 7. You break the huddle, it's 1-on-1. And Travis Hunter, the wide receiver, sees Travis Hunter, the corner, across from her. And the ball's coming your way. Which one of y'all comes down with it?
Travis Hunter. Good answer, my man. Good answer. I'm going to hear more from Travis Hunter. Heisman Trophy winner. First time the Jags have drafted a Heisman Trophy winner. Certainly the most buzz. You know what? There's an offshoot here, E. Now, I wonder if it'll play out, and good, bad, or indifferent. There's kind of there's going to be a little bit of a shift here, and I don't think in any way it can be negative. But the one thing about what Trevor Lawrence faced when he was taken number 1 versus Travis Hunter is he was like, that's it, man. All of the hope was on him. How Trevor went, the team went. And I think Travis Hunter, it takes some of that pressure off. Trevor's not the biggest and only thing in his locker room anymore. He has been that since he stepped here, and it's not been close.
Yeah, you dropping facts, but
so there's this caste system here of stardom that takes some of that pressure off of Trevor, and it puts it on, not pressure, puts the attention, on another guy, on an entity, a Heisman winner, a 2-pick, who's every bit as big of a pre-draft boy as Trevor Lawrence himself, except for the fact that he doesn't play quarterback. So I think, and I don't think that this is something Trevor was looking for. I don't even know if it's something you could feel, if it's tangible, E. Even just kind of subconsciously, all of that pressure and attention and focus on Trevor Lawrence, I think some of that now gets off of his back a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So the story of Travis Hunter that he brings with him will take a lot of that attention off of Trevor for sure.
Not to mention the impact of having him, as part of your arsenal. Never mind how good a player he is. All right, this is where we start. They're running a hook and ladder on you here, and they're not doing it intentionally. Just the way the NFL runs is okay. What are we saying here? Here's what I heard people say about Travis Hunter, the draftniks, the gurus, and to a degree, Cohen and Gladstone on how he will be used. Right? Travis Hunter's not been shy. I want to play both ways. I've been doing it my whole life. Anybody who drafts me, that better be the expectation. He hasn't been as militant about that since being introduced here in Jacksonville. And I'll let you hear from his mindset in a second. But he's going to sit back and see. And the Jags, for their part, have said, look, we're going to throw that offensive playbook at him first. It seems like the Jaguars are going to make Travis Hunter a starting receiver who will also play some defense, right? Isn't that what it sounds like?
That's what it looks like.
And we thought maybe it'd be the other. And if they had done something differently with the receiving core, it may have been the other. It may have been Travis Hunter, a full-time corner, and a part-time receiver. I don't know. Until I do the heavy lifting for y'all out there and do a little research. I think they were saying weren't they saying he'll play 70% of the offensive snaps and 30% of the defense? Is that what it was?
That's what I got, yeah.
What percentage of the snaps do you think Brian Thomas Jr. played last year, E.T.?
Of his snaps?
Yeah, what percentage of snaps did Brian Thomas Jr. play? The offense was on the field last year. What percentage of the snaps was he on the field?
Oh, he was on for 100%.
Yeah, 80%. He's 79%.
Well,
so you tell me if Travis Hunter plays 70% of the snaps on offense, what's that going to look like?
It's going to look good, man.
It's going to look like Brian Thomas. It's going to look like a starting receiver.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over to our 30, 40% on defense. And then I'm going to break it down even further, but we'll start with this. What do you think Monteric Brown played last year, the opposite corner? What percentage of snaps?
Oh, I don't know, 20?
No more, 70%.
Oh, did
but again, 70%. And give me to the nickel corners, and it's less than what you're going to see Travis Hunter. In fact, let me see what old Jarian Jones did last year. Let me get a snap count. Let's see. Tyson Campbell played 90%. Now, this, by the way, this doesn't include like your 0% snap games. They take those out. Like if you're out 5 games with injury, that's good. That gives a better indication. Campbell played 90% of the snaps that he actually played. So he would have led the Jags. But let's go to Jarian Jones would be a better, maybe example. And let's see, Campbell, there we go. Savage played 83% of the snaps. Jarian Jones last year played 58% of the snaps. So if Travis Hunter's going to play 30-40% of the snaps on defense and play 67% of the snap on offense, you know what he's going to be? He's going to be a two-way player. He's going to be playing all the daggum time. And, by the way, there's also this. How many times are we going to see Travis Hunter on defense on 1st and 10? Not much. So if you narrow it down even further to more obvious passing positions, I'm sure he's going to be part of that sub-package. If anytime it's 3rd and whatever, Travis Hunter should be, and I would imagine will be in the ballgame. So there's also that to consider. When they tell you he's going to play, we see him playing 67% on offense, 30-40% on defense, 20-30%, that those are, that especially that first number, that's in line with most starting receivers. Like I could throw you some other starting receivers in the league and their snap count, and you would probably be, you'd be surprised. Let me go to, Terry McLaurin last year, 80% of the snaps. Tyreek Hill, 80% of the snaps in Miami. Marvin Harrison Jr., 79% of the snaps. Zay Flowers, 75% of the snaps in Baltimore. That's their starting wideout. So, again, you have a lot of packages where there aren't receivers on the field. So, in fairness, that would kind of skew the average off just a little bit as well. As for Travis Hunter and his mindset, met the media on Friday.
It's just a mindset of trying to be the best at everything I do. I don't want nobody to do or have a step ahead of me, so I just want to be the best at everything, and that's including work. I hope I can go back and walk the stage May 8th.
All right. Travis Hunter on what he can do here to help Operation Turnaround in Jacksonville.
I'm going to just say I'm going to come out and do my job. I'm not going to say I'm going to change anything. I don't want to set the expectation too high. So I'm going to just come in and do my job, and hopefully we change the atmosphere.
All right. Do what, E?
Follow up to that. Like, what is this job? If you ask him, what does doing your job mean to you?
Okay, cool.
My job is to come out and be Travis Hunter, come out and play how they envision me to play, and exceed all their expectations.
Let's move over to the side of the building where they don't wear suits anymore. They wear hoodies with a sport coat over them. Life's good, man. Man, the standards of what you got to put on anymore, E.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, by the way, I'm not going to be a hypocrite.
Yeah. But I noticed that with old Jimmy Gladstone wore.
I noticed that. You know who else I noticed it with? Buddy, back in the day when you were the number 2 pick in the draft and you rolled into town, you had on your Sunday best.
That's true.
My guys got on Adidas sweats and my dude shoes. Huh? He got everything but a fishing pole slung over his shoulder, E. So that's changed. Right. But yeah, I saw you, Jimmy Gladstone, with your hoodie and your sport coat.
Our executive vice president, he had on a Jaguar shirt, just a collared shirt.
Yeah, you bet he did. Here is something that was also unique about the Travis Hunter pick, and y'all probably heard this since then, but it'll be interesting to take it just a little bit further, and that is this. He hadn't talked to him since the Combine,
Yeah.
Jags didn't host any facility visits. Any speculation about moving up for Travis Hunter, it was never revealed from inside the Jags building or from the Browns who they ultimately traded with. Although that rumor did start to bubble a little bit as we got closer to the draft, as the rumor mill was really firing on all cylinders. But the plan, Gladstone said, was all along there's been a plan. It's been in motion for weeks, if not months, to try and get up and get Travis Hunter, the guy they feel is a definite game changer in this year's draft. But Gladstone was asked about the uniqueness, if there is some, of going behind the scenes and pulling all the strings and making a trade before you even talk to the person you're trading for about what his thoughts are. I think that tells you how, quote, intangibly rich the Jags think Travis Hunter is. They're willing to go out, spend a future first rounder, and it also tells you something else, too. That the story of the meddling with Dion or anything else is so overblown, right? If you're worried about being manipulated or a player refusing to play for you or making demands, the Jags did all of this stuff behind the scenes for weeks without ever talking to Travis Hunter himself. Here's James Gladstone from his press conference on that non-contact period with the guy ultimately they gave up a lot to move up and select.
Having our scouting staff on site for the first time this week, all being under the same roof, it was really cool. We got a chance to sit down yesterday and chop through a large chunk of...
This isn't it? No, this is not it. No, it's from the press conference. Denmark put it in. 10, it's probably... these comments are probably even late Thursday night, if not the Friday morning presser. Yeah, all right. Anyway, I can just tell you that I tell you what we'll do. We'll come back. We'll play on the other side. Give you James Gladstone and just the uniqueness of drafting a guy you don't talk to at all leading up to the process. I do think it shoots back, blocks back some of the some of this notion of Dion's impact. And this is kind of, obviously more of a talker because of what happened with Shedeur Sanders. We got thoughts on that when we come back with a football fix, and Gladstone on the process of selecting Travis Hunter as we soak it all in here today, really. Look, it is what it is. In case you missed it late yesterday, they signed Emmanuel Ogbah, so that's a veteran presence on the defensive end. Kudos there. I think that's a good pick, man. That's just the kind of guy we've been asking them to get. He's not going to get you 8 to 10, but he'll get you maybe 4 to 6, hopefully. And every little bit helps, especially the way this team has refused to rush the passer for the last couple of years. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. All right, we come back with more Jags draft talk, an NFL's football fix with other draft news and notes when we return. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Scotty Scheffler, the plus 250 favorite to win the CJ Cup. Byron Nelson at TPC Craig Ranch in McKinney, Texas. Jordan Spieth, Soon J.M., both 22-1. Austin Cindric wins the Jack Links 500 at Talladega, his third career victory. Kyle Larson, the 3-1 favorite to win the NASCAR Cup Series title. Christopher Bell, plus 450. Denny Hamlin, 6-1. This week they race at Texas. Orlando Magic, a 12.5-point road dog on Tuesday at Boston as the Celtics look to close out the series with the Magic. Braves, a $1.75 road favorite today at the Rockies. It's Bryce Elder on the mound for Atlanta. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Attention business owners and property managers. Hurricane season is right around the corner. Is your property ready? Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter for expert storm drain cleaning and hydrojetting. Our powerful VACCON truck clears the way so your drains flow freely when the rain hits. Call 904-862-6769 today to schedule your service and protect your property before the storms start rolling in. Duck Duck Rooter, your trusted name in storm drain maintenance. Visit us at duckduckrooter.com. We are a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik has the largest selection of GMC's impressive SUV lineup and the all-new redesigned GMC Acadia and the highly sought-after Yukon and Yukon XL. Save big with the all-new GMC Hummer EV SUV and truck, plus the all-new GMC Sierra EV. Ask how to get an instant $7,500 tax credit on EV models and financing as low as 0%. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
This is the Mangler. Years of playing football coupled with lifestyle left my feet mangled with neuropathy. I was experiencing burning, tingling, and numbness. I spoke with 2 foot specialists and they told me there was no cure. They were wrong. I found Dr. Nate Riddle in Ponte Vedra. After utilizing his neuropathy treatment for only 2 weeks, I noticed a difference in my feet. I was regaining my feeling and balance. If you want relief from nerve pain, call Dr. Nate for a free consultation at Riddle Wellness, 904-395-5598.
Getting a pool? David Garrard here. I just did. But before they dug, I called Clearwater Irrigation, and they capped off all my sprinkler lines so the pool company could just dig away.
Then when your pool's finished, we'll install your sprinkler system back to full coverage.
And now my backyard oasis is getting watered beautifully.
And maybe then, Dave, I could take another quick dip.
Bigger swimming trunks, John. Much bigger.
Clearwater Irrigation.
And drainage, too.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, you know, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Listening that fits your schedule perfectly.
Absolutely brilliant.
Go on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end.
How about that? Channel 5.
Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
If you're heading to the Og or you're already part of the nation's oldest, don't forget to drop into Sunset Grill. For over 30 years, serving up great chowder, seafood, wings, and cold beer. Sunset Grill, somewhere on A1A, St. Augustine Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I don't know Braves GM Alex Anthopoulos personally. You heard of these people, and we know a few. Our buddy GSJ may have accomplished this. Mr. 10, are you in this category? Don't believe you are, although you are on the Johnny bench. But these dudes and ladies who marry someone, divorce, and then remarry again. You heard of these people, Lee?
I have.
I'm sure we got some listening out there. God bless you. I hope it's turned out to work this first time. I've always thought of this. Somebody used this long ago. I didn't make this up. But to me, that's akin to going to the refrigerator, taking the milk out, pouring it. It's curdled. It's gone sour. It's akin to putting the milk back into the fridge for 3 or 4 years and then giving it another taste. See how it works.
Your boy ain't ever done that.
So I'm starting to think that Alex Anthopoulos is drank a lot of that 4-year-old milk. Maybe he's on his second marriage to the same woman, because nobody will bring back a flamed out former Brave like our guy Double A in Atlanta. Right? We saw him trying to recapture that last year. They brought the whole gang back. We got Eddie Rosario and Adam Duvall and Jorge Soler. Trying to put pieces together to recapture the magic of the 2021 season. Yeah, it didn't work so well. So they've got this cat, Ian Anderson, who was just a fast rising star. We talked about him when they ultimately just finally had enough and traded him, but rather than release him. And he went to the Angels, where Ian Anderson was, well, even worse than he was with the Braves. 17 hits, 7 walks, an ERA of 11.57 in just 9 innings. With the Angels, he made 7 relief appearances. They'd seen enough. They DFA'd him yesterday. I mean, designate for assignment. In other words, they cut him yesterday and going to go back to the fridge and grab that gallon of milk, baby. Anderson signs with the Braves, where he'll join the team in Colorado today. Yeah. No. Grades are rolling in for the Jaguars draft, and for the most part, almost unequivocally, it's been good marks. Jags obviously got a lot of attention around the move up for Travis Hunter. By the way, here is James Gladstone on that interesting process. They talked to Travis Hunter at the Combine, haven't spoken to the kid since. And here he is after a massive trade up, a Jaguar, heading into 2025 in his NFL career.
That's an interesting one because we hadn't touched base with him. We had touched base with his agents, his reps, just to get a pulse for what was going to unfold over the course of the first 4 picks, with the idea that we were sitting at 5. But nonetheless, it's very easy to feel that Travis has gravity. And when he walks into a room, the light turns on. And regardless of if the electricity is actually, in fact, switched up. But that was a moment that definitely resonated with us, and his engagement with our coaching staff, the questions that he was asking as we were walking through some of his film and some of the install specific to the plays that we run, it was really telling of the mind that he has, the curiosity, the interest in growth. There's certainly a vivid visual for why he is where he is based off of that 15-minute interaction. But obviously, like I've articulated in the past, the weight of a singular touch point like that doesn't hold much in our eyes as opposed to some of the sourced intel over the course of a player's life, whether it's at Colorado for him, at Jackson State, or back to high school and earlier. So,
I get confused sometimes if that's enough. Yeah, I get confused if James Gladstone is holding a press conference or doing a TED Talk. I feel like he's doing TED Talks.
My man said Travis Hunter has gravity.
Gravity. I mean, it's guy's like a Petey thesaurus. That's what. Oh my God, it's a TED Talkie. I'm getting a TED Talk
for sure.
I told you the grades are rolling in. AP gave him an A. I can't find anything worse than a B for the Jaguars, top to bottom. Again, the names outside of Travis Hunter, we're not going to know. This is where we hope we've got some keen scouting eyes that'll do a whole lot better job than it's been done here in the entirety. None of the GMs are off the hook, including Tom Coughlin. Rounds 3 to 7, we stink. They have stunk it up. They've kept the franchise from ever going on a long, sustained period of growth because we've not hit it on enough cheap, dominant talent. And by cheap, I mean rookie contracts, 4th rounders who by year 2 are going to the Pro Bowl. They're all over the league, gang. They're not here. I shouldn't say all over the league. I mean, for the most part, the best players come from higher in the draft. But, man, our just complete avoidance of talent in rounds 3 and especially 4 to 7 has been glaring for sure. So, we'll see. Travis Hunter carries this draft class as far as he can. I personally think he can carry him Again, you heard Gladstone hit all these things we talked about leading in. He's a perfect student. I mean, he's a leader. He's a captain. There is no downside to Travis Hunter. He checks every box. And for a group that sometimes borders on corny with our ecosystem and intangible talk, he checks all those boxes as well. So sit back and watch the show. Hope it's a good one. E.T., I've heard during this discourse, I think we're way over-evaluating this. Sometimes the quarterbacks we think are good or players we think are good shuffle down. The league doesn't agree. This league is cutthroat. It's mercenary. You think any team that thinks Shedeur Sanders is a really good quarterback is passing because his dad's Deion? I can't agree with that, man. Here's what I heard. Above the non, I guess you just let the next guy out comment the one before. Some of these conversations around Shedeur and Deion are way past irresponsible in projecting reasons and rationales and here's why. Here's what I heard it compared to, E.
All right.
You know, if you draft Shedeur, and by the way, this is contrary to what Deion, they made some comments they probably wish they hadn't made about a year ago, E.
Yeah, okay.
They probably did. Deion probably spoke a little too soon when they thought that it was all going to be there for the taking.
Okay.
But I heard him compared to LeVar Ball, right? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, boy, that LeVar Ball and that father's just too much. What team's going to take that on? Oh, I don't know. The Lakers with the 3 pick for one of them and the Hornets with the 2 pick for the other. So I'm going to have a hard time buying parental influence as a reason to keep you off of a superstar, especially at a quarterback position, when the robo-father of all helicopter dads in recent memory was LeVar Ball, who hurt his kids, checks notes, not at all. So I think what has happened here is Shedeur's had a lot of opportunities, thrown a lot of balls, and he may very well be an NFL quarterback. If he had the skill set and the traits to be a starting quarterback in the league, the Steelers would have taken him 21.
I think that's what it is right there. I think it's twofold. At the end of the day, the NFL doesn't believe his talent overshadows what he comes with. A lot of this is brought on to him and his dad. Like you said, the comments that he made way back when, like they're trying to control the narrative. Deion, you are a superstar. You're a megastar, but the NFL is a billion-dollar industry. You don't run those people's business. So at the end of the day, yeah, they're not going for that. Those comments were brought onto yourself. But at the same time, if he was an elite talent like Deion,
yes, of course. That's my point.
Could potentially be a different story.
And you know, he was ultimately taken by a Cleveland Browns team that took Dylan Gabriel before him.
Yeah, I don't think at the same time, I don't think he's a 5th round talent. No, I think he's better than that.
I would think he would be too, but I know there's enough teams that need quarterback that, like, if there was a belief in him, a good team would have taken him in round 3, like a team with a quarterback. Like if he was, because here is what happened, and I'll believe some of this. Shedeur got a little full of himself from this standpoint. He didn't interview well. He blew some people off, right? We heard some of the stories about he forgot his phone. He missed a call from the Giants. And it's like a couple of teams, or the reports are the teams that interview him. It wasn't like he was aggressive or rude, or he acted like he didn't care what they thought of him.
Yeah.
And a team that's about to invest a bunch in you wants to know that you care about what you think about them and their franchise.
Bossman don't want somebody who's going to act like that. Bossman, no.
I just, in the NFL, I mean, look who they draft, bro. Look at some of the sketchy history on these prospects they take. You honestly think they're shying away? You guys think Deion's coaching Colorado, by the way. It's not like he's going to be in the stands at training camp. I think all these suppositions, I think it happens from fans, and shame on some of the media that Deion's going to be in the ear of the organization that takes Shedeur, I think is ridiculous. But again, he may have brought on some of that thought, especially among fans, with the comments that were made. Was it a year ago, 6 months ago, whenever it was, about, implying that Shedeur and Travis Hunter would pick where they were going rather than teams picking them. And it even called, I think maybe Cleveland was one of the teams, wasn't it?
I don't know if they ever said what teams he would not allow. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm sure Jacksonville and Cleveland was on that list. I'm pretty sure.
Well, and that's fine. Yeah, one of those teams has a quarterback. The other now has about 5. None of them are any good or at least proven. All right, let's fire up a football fix. We'll keep it on Sanders for a second, but how we talk about it's just it'd almost be a rite of passage, almost like back in the day, E, when you turned 18 or 21, you had to join the draft. You had to sign up for the draft. I think now when you turn 18 or 21 with the emasculation of America, I think every 18-year-old man that hadn't been punched in the face has to walk downtown and get punched in the face before they start life.
You and I are on the same page.
Too many smart-ass, immature, entitled young men out there that never been socked in the face to learn what happens. This son of Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich needs a big old punch in the face. I can just say 21 acting like he's 12, E.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff Ulbrich, Falcons defensive coordinator. Get your house in order, bro. Oh, I see the problem. It starts when you named him Jax, J-A-X.
Come on, man.
That's the first problem.
Come on, man. I know some Jacksons. They're pretty cool.
21-year-old Jax Ulbrich went into his dad's laptop, wrote down Shedeur Sanders' phone number, and then prank called him on draft day.
And recorded it.
I mean, paging 21-year-old Jax Ulbrich, we understand you've just reached your birthday. Please report downtown. You're going to get 4 punches in the face because 1 ain't going to work for you. Come on, man.
Bruh.
What's wrong? 21, dude. Somebody needs a beating, E.
Oh, man.
And I'm not for it, but I'm for it right now.
My goodness. Ain't no way, Gritty. Oh, no. Oh.
I can't beat him. I mean, hey, I'm sorry, Jax with an X said. He's sorry. Yeah, you're sorry, all right. You are sorry. All right, we got some veterans kind of filtering into some places now that the draft's over, and that includes here the veteran pass rush. Emmanuel Ogbah signed by the Jags, 1-year deal. I like it. I love it. It's what we wanted earlier, and it makes more sense now. The Jags told us when they were quiet at rush end in the free agency part that we don't want to block the path, right? Didn't we hear that kind of talk? We don't want to block the path of the young guys. Well, now they've sorted through the draft and the other free agency. They know what the paths are, what at least the immediate 1-year needs are, and rush in, a veteran presence there, certainly one of them. Another guy who's kind of a vet and he's been added is Hunter Renfrow. Renfrow looked like he was arrow pointed up with the Raiders. I think didn't he have a year he had maybe 80 catches?
Thought it was like 100.
Well, he may have, and then he got injured. He fell out of the rotation. He was released last year and wasn't picked up. Didn't play all year. The Commanders are going home, back to D.C. Organization agreed to deal with the District of Columbia to build a stadium at the site where, the memories are good, RFK Stadium. The team's home from 61 to 96 still stands. I just checked. I don't think the Commanders have, well, that's not true. They went off on a playoff run this year, but haven't had a whole lot of playoff success since they left RFK. No word if it'll be vaccine friendly. That's a football fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Tough one on the road. Tough spot on the road. Sharks took it on the chin this weekend. We'll talk to Jason Gibson, head coach, a little bit later today. And by the home course, the Jewelton Creek Golf Club. Tee it high, let it fly. And we'll see you on the course, the home course, the Jewelton Creek Golf Club.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. She's spunky, aggressive, opinionated. And she knows how to keep the boys in line.
It's good to see you, too.
Mia O'Brien. Noon to 2 on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes here with a challenge. A challenge might not be the best choice in words, so let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with a Awaken 180. It sounds a little different when you put a real goal to it, doesn't it? Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the number 260 be a little nicer on your eyes and on your joints? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in 9 weeks. Hacker dropped his first 40 in just 6 weeks. Dempsey, Blue, and everyone else I know, same results. And we've kept it off. The best thing about Awaken 180 weight loss, it will completely change the way you think, see, and feel about food. The results are real, attainable, and the process simple with Awaken 180. Take the opportunity and drop 40 by the 4th. It all starts with just one call to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Friends, we have a very special guest on the line.
The Checkmate Coatings phone line is where the action happens.
Where's the phone? Over there.
Get expert interviews and listener opinions all day, every day, from the drill all the way to Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Denny Thompson here. You gotta check out Tyson's Showroom Home Theater with surround sound and comfy theater chairs. You can transform your living room into a cinematic experience. I can stay there to watch all my games. It's that comfortable. Call Tyson today and bring the theater experience home. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the trumpet call heard round the world. Experience the thrill of the Kentucky Derby at Best Bet. Saturday, May 3rd, witness the most exciting 2 minutes in sports and dive into the action with live wagering. This could be your lucky day. Mark your calendars and join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine on May 3rd for the Kentucky Derby. Visit bestbetjacks.com for more details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Lone Pronto. The Jaguars finished the draft with a total of 9 picks, starting with the big trade in the first to get Travis Hunter. The Jags would not pick again until the 3rd round. The Jags added some depth to the O-line room, drafting guard Wyatt Milam and center Jonah Montime staying on the offensive side of the ball. The Jags also added 2 running backs, one in the 4th round and another with their last pick in the 7th. The Jags were pretty even throughout the draft, splitting picks between the offensive side and defensive side, adding 2 linebackers in the 4th and 6th round and 2 defensive backs in the 3rd and 6th as well. Overall, the Jags finished with one of their highest draft grades in recent years with their first year general manager James Gladstone. The Florida Gators baseball team secured a signature series victory over number 5 Arkansas this past weekend, bouncing back on Sunday's game with a 9-5 win to clinch the series. It's 71 degrees at 7:02. Time in temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Oh! You know it!
Where it began.
Oh, it started on Thursday night. Jags found a superstar. Picked a guy named Travis. And now he's our hunter. Looking for big things to come along. Speed. Athleticism.
What about intangibles?
Difference maker. Touching us. Touching you.
Oh, yeah. Sweet Trav of mine. Good times never seem so good.
So good.
So good. So good.
Yes, sir. Oh, it happened. His dream came true.
It sure did.
Oh, the joy in his heart. Oh.
I'm still weak in knees. We got Travis Hunter.
Oh, my gosh.
James Gladstone, man.
A dog, a
Bump
transcendent
those picks.
superstar. It'll be fun to watch. And going up to September, wait till the Jacksonville media sees this guy on the grass. Oh, my God, they're going to lose their minds.
Yeah, well, at least that's when we can believe.
Remember when the Calvin Ridley would chop his feet?
Yeah. Jimmy Smith's back.
Take Bixby. Take Bixby.
Told me Jimmy's here.
There, Travis Hunter gets out on that grass. Our boys are going to be looking with like saliva coming down their mouths. Guys like, the thing that stands out most, there's so many different things. Although I got no information on the stuffed animal coming off the jet.
That's just
Curious about the stuffed animal. What do we got?
Support toy.
We got a little support toy. That's fine. He can do whatever he wants. A happy kid.
When's the sit down with the fiance? Do you have one of those planned, or are we just going to stay away from that one?
We're going to stay away from that. Let me tell you.
Forget that whole line.
Yeah, we don't want him coming out and saying never again 10-10. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
This kid has his own, do you know this dude, that he has his own, you might know this, that he has his own, YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a streamer.
I mean, he's got, and I thought sports are different now. I mean, there is nothing that is not recorded in sports anymore. I mean, from his leaving Green Bay to arriving here in Jacksonville to sitting down with Gladstone, Cohen, and Baselli, everything was recorded. Everything. And the Jags put out their version, and Trav put out his version. And you can see anything and everything you want with Travis Hunter. And he'll be house hunting on YouTube here the next day or two. He's already found, a couple lakes?
Yeah, he's
got to get his boat down here. This guy loves to fish. And the best part of Travis Hunter is to come. But the best part of the draft process was, without a doubt for me, the pure joy that he had when Jacksonville traded for him. Just the happiness that he was going to Jacksonville.
And he's the number 2 pick. He seems to love football. He seems to have all the, quote, intangibles on top of all the talent.
Yeah.
So I commend him so much. We have never, ever stepped out and made the big move. And by the way, when you think about the teams that give up first-rounders for star talent, the team that gets the star talent wins those deals almost all the time. Who won the Jalen Ramsey deal, Dan? I was told, we got 2 first-round picks. Yeah. C.J. Henderson and Caleb Chason later.
Yeah.
While Jalen's win. Who won? The Browns just don't learn. How'd the Browns do with that Julio Jones deal a few years back? They let the Falcons come up to 6. The Browns got like 3 first-rounders, which they completely botched. So give me the bird in hand, man. Don't tell me what I'm giving up. Tell me what I'm getting.
And as you see the rest of the draft unfold and see how these guys operate, and Gladstone is very clear, and some people are getting mad that he keeps saying the same things. That's what he believes. He wants you to know. So that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And he sat down with Travis, and Travis basically said, "Use me how you want. I trust you. I want to play." We know what he wants to do. This guy is savvy too for a young kid. He's in control too. It'll be fascinating to watch this.
He has
unfold.
gravity, man.
Yeah, it is going to be fascinating to watch this unfold. I saw some highlights of him just hooping the other day.
Oh, I didn't see those highlights so recently.
My goodness.
My gosh.
Maybe the Lakers should sign him. They can't seem to do much.
You want to talk about explosion to the hoop.
Low blow, Jeffrey.
I know. Well. Ask me how the Hawks are doing. I give them.
And then you mix in the offense.
How would you feel today, all things being equal, with Mason Graham and Seth?
It wouldn't be the same, obviously. But I would have been fine with it, but it wouldn't be the same. And obviously, and then
he's really the only major upgrade to the starting lineup. He's the only one they made all off season. The major upgrade. Where are the? Is there another one?
Yeah.
Where?
First I was going to say to finally. Immediately, okay, we weren't going to reach for an edge guy, but we got you an edge guy. Here's Emmanuel.
Well, we needed that.
Thank you.
And by the way,
for 3 years we've been asking for that guy. That's all. It wasn't that hard, was it? Was it that hard? No, it wasn't that hard.
Give them credit for being transparent when they said we don't want to block the path. That didn't mean we're not going to sign anybody.
Right.
Let's get through the draft and make sure we don't even get an edge with the second pick.
Right.
Who knows? You don't know at that time. Maybe it's Abdul Carter or whoever.
Right.
So, they waited. And by the way, they just really not added to the D-line at all. The entire offseason. Who did they add?
I can't help but wonder.
Until Agba.
I can't help but wonder.
But the O-line wait to be seen. I don't know if those were upgrades. I hope.
When Nick Saban comes out and says, "I recruited this kid every year," I'm like,
"Who? Which one was he talking about?"
The West Virginia kid.
He looks like a good player. Yeah,
he looks like a player.
They're upgraded. Sure, I'm talking about the starting lineup.
Well,
sure.
He's a starter who will upgrade the lineup. I think.
Oh, he's going to start for who?
He's going to start for somebody.
He will.
I think so. I think he'll work his way.
We're going to go over 2.5 E.
2.5. I think Ransaw will compete for a spot at safety. The numbers on this kid are through the roof.
No, I think fully agree with you. 100%. They need some contributions.
I think this Tootin guy is Ashton Genty light. He's got all the same analytics as Ashton Genty.
It's going to be interesting to see who hit the home run on the running backs, because there's a lot of guys there. They had their choice. Like me personally, and granted, it's because I saw him more, but I thought that the Sampson kid from Tennessee was slept on the whole time. Every time I turned on Tennessee, this guy's running for 50.
Yeah.
And
Scattaboo went right after.
Yeah, I know. Scattaboo, though, didn't fit here. He's more of a pounder, isn't he? We want a game breaker, and that's what Tootin is. So, we'll see. I didn't know much about him, to be honest. But those running backs this year, they weren't a dime a dozen. They were a nickel a dozen. There were just a
lot of them
good
won't
ones.
Pan out.
Montreal Johnson, not even draft.
And then the other thing with the draft is the guys who, like Quinn Ewers, bro. He had a year of eligibility left.
He left like $8 million on the table.
That's a lot of money out there in college. He should have stayed another year.
He should have stayed.
Didn't work out.
Here's another one, by the way. Well, I guess you can't, because the team shouldn't.
Isaiah Bond said, "I'm transferring to Texas so I can improve my NFL draft stock." Didn't get drafted.
He's in trouble too, ain't he?
Yeah, that's why he didn't get drafted.
So, it doesn't know. Hey, grass ain't always greener, boys. You gotta make the right decisions for yourself.
Well, Shedeur Sanders would have made more money staying in school.
The Shedeur Sanders thing, and I don't want to harp on it all day because it made me sick. But two things stood out to me. It's really not that hard to figure out. So I'll put it in a nutshell so people can understand. Because there's nothing sinister here. There's nothing sinister.
I agree.
Shedeur Sanders was misidentified by the media mockers.
And fans.
And everybody else. The league doesn't view him as a starter. If they don't view you as a starter, They ain't taking you as a backup when you bring along something called distraction.
Correct.
We saw it. Listen, our own guy, Timmy Tebow, not his fault, but a distraction. There's two. If you're a distraction, the NFL teams hate that more than anything in the world, and they will not draft you if you're a distraction. And
not if
Shador's
you're not
saying,
a starter.
If you're not, it's not worth it.
I don't.
And the
by
last
the way,
thing I want is Prime making his little comment, Shador doing his thing. I got a guy ending every He ends his interview with legend.
Legendary.
I mean, legendary. What are we doing? The kid.
He also apparently
wouldn't work out.
Turned people off in the interview.
He was horrible by all accounts, and it's not. And the guys who make it worse are Mel Kiper and Stephen A. Smith. Mel Kiper's got to go after that meltdown.
Oh, the meltdown?
That was embarrassing, dude. Mel, the NFL's been getting quarterback evaluations wrong for 50 years. Yeah, maybe, but so have you, dumbass. I mean, who are you, Mel Kiper? You sat there and told us Jamarcus Russell will be a star. I got a list of names that Mel Kiper blew.
Sure.
Come on, man.
Yeah. But also something that it doesn't get spoken about enough.
This guy was acting. I'm sorry, you finished. This guy was acting like Mel Kiper's acting like he's better than GMs in the NFL. You're a joke, dude. Yeah. You're a caricature. Go ahead, E.
Something that doesn't get spoken about enough, at least I haven't seen enough, is Shador's reaction to when he did get drafted.
Happy.
Yeah. He was truly happy.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that says something. What that told me is that's not a kid that is quote-unquote privileged.
Yeah.
That's somebody who worked his behind off to get something that he wanted.
Listen.
And I'm hoping that I don't know. Let's see what he does in the NFL. That's going to turn things around.
Let's see. Because by the way, if he can play, he'll get his chance.
Right. And listen.
There's
you're allowed to be. There's no one. They don't put you in jail for being arrogant. You're allowed to be arrogant. And people are allowed to be turned off by your arrogance.
Right.
And Shador, I would throw Shador into that same category with media and fans who got way too big an opinion of himself.
Yeah.
And he carried it into the process as if I don't need you, you need me. And he found out on
I
draft
read one
day.
where he said, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years, the mayor of your city?" I mean, just he didn't.
There's a fine line.
He did not.
He was a confident one.
And here's what happened too. Everyone's breaking out Travis Hunter. They looked at Shador probably with a finer eye than most.
And Travis is like Oppo
he's the
Shador.
opposite.
But
Yeah.
he loves the Sanders family, and I get it. I mean, they did a lot for him.
Their family,
All right.
for real.
Our Dream Finders Homes poll question today. Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Florida Gators, and the PGA Tour. They also have a winner in a winner's circle on the PGA Tour with Novak, who came back and won with his Dream Finders logo on his shirt. All right, Jags fans, your thoughts on the draft class. Dream Finders Homes offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate right now. Your chance to get in the game. Lock in on that 4.99. Visit dreamfindershomes.com. 15 different locations throughout Jacksonville.
15 of them.
You're darn right. To serve you and get in the game. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you. Was it a grand slam home run? Did it fill a bunch of needs? Mine is Hunter. I don't like it. Or are you guaranteed 3 starters? Guaranteed 3 starters. Grand slam home run. Filled a bunch of needs. Mine is Hunter. I don't like it. Because it's hard not to like Travis Hunter. I don't know anyone who could.
Filled a bunch of.
Yeah, what's your pick? Grand slam home run. Filled a bunch of needs. Mine is Hunter. Don't like it. Guaranteed 3 starters.
That's a hard one. I don't completely agree with the insinuation, but it's really all about Travis Hunter. That's what I feel like the draft is. So I'm going, I don't think it's bad outside of him, but it's a Travis Hunter draft.
It's definitely Travis Hunter draft. E?
It is a Travis Hunter draft. However, I'm going to go with guaranteed 3 starters.
I like that. All right, double digits on all of them. Filled a bunch of needs, 38.7. A grand slam home run, 26.5. Guaranteed 3 starters, 23.2. Minus Hunter don't like only 11.5.
You know what's really...
Over 500 votes, you can vote for another couple hours.
The one thing that was kind of off from the whole process and really surprised me is if it was determined when we came in how not good enough the lines of scrimmage were.
Yeah.
So to go through the draft and really not do much on the line of scrimmage and on the defensive side in free agency. I mean, what have they done to address the lines of scrimmage? Ogba and like a 4th round, 5th round, 6th rounder McLeod?
Well, clearly there was a difference of opinion on Mason Smith and what between Balky. The Balky Peterson thing, now that it's over again, there's a lot of weird things.
There's some unknown maybe.
Yeah. But I'm assuming, and you can't fill everything, but I guess I'm thinking that I'm thinking that with Devon Hamilton, Mason Smith, Eric Armstead, who they seem to have faith in playing inside again, they think that they will have, a better defense overall. They did attack the back half of the defense. It'll be fun to see how they decide to use Hunter, but maybe like we were talking with Loggeman on Thursday night.
Probably every third down they'll use him.
Or nickel or whatever. I mean, I think he's going to play a great deal.
Here's the thing, Hick. They say he'll play, 60, 70% on offense, 30, 40% on defense? Isn't that kind of what they said the other day?
I thought it was more like he's going to play offense and then play what percent on defense.
It's just important to know, like Brian Thomas Jr. last year, the Jaguars' best receiver, he played 79% of the snaps. If they say he's playing 70%, he's a full-time starter.
Yes.
On defense.
Oh, yes.
Monteric Brown played 74% of the snaps. I mean, if you play 50, 40, 30, you look like you're out there all the time. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they're throwing these numbers, but he's going to look just like Travis Hunter for the most part looked at Colorado. You're not going to notice him on first down because you're not expecting throws.
You look at the current roster, too, and you try to start figuring out the winners and losers from the current Jaguars because of the draft. And if you're a defensive back, you better be ready because they signed Jordan Lewis. They brought in Travis Hunter. They took a guy they're going to move to safety, who Caleb Ransaw played a cornerback and it's
a Tulane kid.
Yeah, Jarian Jones. We'll see. Maybe he wasn't as good as we thought he was, or some thought he was. So I don't know. We'll see.
I hope not. I hope this is quality depth.
Travis Hunter is going to be playing,
and these guys are going to get hurt.
To me, if it's like Nico Collins is killing you on a Sunday, I'm like, Travis, go cover him.
I don't think it's going to take long, Dan, that he's going to be. No,
that's what I'm
laugh. That's what. That's a perfectly good strategy.
Yeah.
Only last year, when Darby's getting the brains beat out of him, you got to send in, Prince or Monteric Brown or somebody that can't cover anyone.
It's going to be impressive. All right, we're just warming up. A lot to do today. A lot of NFL talk. A lot of other sports happening this weekend. There was a time, I think it was either Friday night. I almost couldn't keep up with what was going on in the sports world, whether it be NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, NFL draft, blah, blah, blah.
That's fun. A lot going on.
Bouncing around, man, in this, quote, slow time of the year.
Yeah, it wasn't at all. I'll leave you with this. Who said this on Patrick Mahomes upon his draft? He's not ready, and he might never be ready.
Is that Mel Kiper?
That's Mel Kiper. So
there's a million of them.
Yeah,
I just thought, what an arrogant jerk.
Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, he was screaming at Reese Davis. Finally had to shut him down a little bit.
I was watching that.
I'm like, come on,
I didn't watch a ton, and I happened to catch it. And Mel looked like he was mad at the panel. What did they do?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was mad at
Louis Riddick.
Yeah, Louis Riddick. I always want to call him Louis Gossett.
Well,
you know who Lou Gossett is? You know,
I don't.
Actor.
Yeah, you should.
All right, this is the drill.
There's new life in Duval. Get on board. This train is about to roll. 1010XL.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects, or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. So visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day, any time. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. Doc T said, Hick, it's time for me to do concierge medicine. I said, Doc, what's that? He says, I got less clients. I want to practice medicine more. So, like, if you're not feeling well, you come in and see me right away. Boom, no problem. Something happens at home, medical emergency, you call me. I tell you what, I mean, those are the kind of things, like kind of almost like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. And they got all the listings right there at mypvconcierge.com. And as far as doctors, I can't vouch enough for this man. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. Yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups. He does it all, right? So if that intrigues you and it makes your healthcare plan easier, go to mypvconcierge.com and check him out, mypvconcierge.com. But once he signs up the amount of patients he's going to need, that's when he caps it. All the information for you at mypvconcierge.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
Fantastic news here. Due to overwhelming response, Beard's Diamonds extending their amazing earring and bracelet sale for Mother's Day. Hicken here. So now through Mother's Day, you can still save up to 40% off diamond earrings and diamond tennis bracelets. It's Beard's most ambitious offer ever, and response has been incredible. The corporate-owned big box stores can't touch these prices. Beard's locally owned, man. Say hi to the Lupos when you go over there. The freedom to give you pricing you deserve, highest quality diamond jewelry. Celebrate the mothers in your life with something they'll appreciate for decades to come. They also have special pricing on other Mother Day favorites, including colored gemstones, pearls, pendants, and fashion jewelry. Beard's Diamonds, your destination for making this Mother's Day truly special. Don't miss Beard's Diamonds' biggest sale ever. Up to 40% off Beard's already beatable value price. Now through Mother's Day at the Town Center. Only locally owned jeweler. It's Beard's Diamonds.
Need a fast casual option that's healthy, fresh, and delicious? Choose the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Gyros, salads, hummus, and more made completely fresh right as you order. Off 210 in St. John's Parkway. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Max Fink, and I'll bring you the Gator Report several times weekly to keep you connected to Gainesville.
The Gator Report, put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gator! Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Attention skilled electricians, are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414 Sod for a free estimate. 7414 Sod.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, we got sports concepts and rationalizations. At the end of the segment, we hand out the end of the drill. We hand out some razzle dazzle. What have you conjured up for the folks this week?
Who's hungry?
I'm hungry.
I got lunch for two for some Sonny's barbecue.
Oh,
yeah. Holler at me at the end of the 10-minute drill.
A classic razzle dazzle there. Sonny's, nothing better. A few other Mel Kipers promised in 2010 to retire in 8 years if Jimmy Clausen wasn't a successful NFL quarterback. Said that Jamarcus Russell would be a top 5 NFL quarterback and was John Elway-like at the 2007 NFL draft. Predicted Ricky Stanzi would have the best career of the quarterback class of 11, which is all fine. I don't have no problem with it.
But now
the
don't
way
turn
you
around.
acted was embarrassing, man. You owe the league. If I was the league, I'd be like, look, we'll give you stuff, but not if Mel Kiper. Who the heck? Hey, I go back to Tobin on this one. Who the hell is Mel Kiper? I mean, come on, Kiper. You've always been, what? He lost his mind. It was like this pent-up frustration that, that I've been getting this right forever. And that's what he was insinuating with this explosion.
I've seen probably a lot more of him, at least from on the Sports Center vehicle than you have. And leading up to the draft, he almost tripled down with he won't get past the Saints at 9. And when you start reporting when you start speaking like you're a reporter and not a guesser, then you end up with egg on your face.
He had Western Kentucky guard Forrest Lamp ranked ahead of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why he took such. Maybe he had money on Shedeur where he was going in the draft. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Because that's not him. He doesn't usually go absolutely crazy on someone.
He went nuts. I don't know. You know what happened? Here's what happened. On Thursday night at the draft, for whatever reason, and I was working, so I didn't get to watch the draft like I normally do because we were doing stuff, but on the TV side. But here's what happened. He was getting barbecued on social media about Shedeur because he wouldn't stop talking about him, and he couldn't understand. And so Thursday night, he got annihilated. So he goes home Thursday, and he does his little first-class draft grades and all that. And then he goes and he looks, and he sees he's getting hammered, and it's stuck in his craw. And then so Friday, he made a conscious decision not to mention Shedeur much at all. Like, it was noticeable. Okay. But he was still ticked. Like, how dare they not listen to me? I'm the great Mel Kiper.
Okay.
And then finally on Saturday, he exploded.
Yeah, I saw the explosion. It was just so out of character for Mel. I don't know why he was so attached to Shedeur Sanders in this particular evaluation, and why. I know he's smart enough to know that he has said all these things about all these people, and they all miss. By the way, Mel Kiper in those misses was no different than the Bears who drafted Mitch Trubisky instead of Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean, the GMs aren't exactly a bunch of geniuses either, but I didn't. It seemed personal, which was an odd. Yeah, it was an odd horse to ride in.
By the way,
the battle.
And this is no big deal, but I did see this video, E, and you know me, I like to ask the culture questions. Yep. Shedeur, after the draft, clubbing in Dallas with rapper Low Shimmy. Do we know Low Shimmy?
Man, no.
We don't know Low Shimmy?
Well, I'm getting to the stage where I'm not knowing any of these younger folks.
Okay.
I got to depend on, like, my younger cousins.
Okay.
Like Gritty.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know that one.
That's fair. Low Shimmy. Did you guys see the Belly interview this weekend on CBS Sunday News? Who? Belichick.
Dude, that girl
What
is
is
something
happening?
weird.
Belly?
Yeah. It's his elderly abuse. She's manipulating him. I don't know what's going on with it.
First off, my man in a ripped T-shirt.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what was going on with his shirt.
By the way, it's time to properly say, no to each his own. This is wrong. This is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird and it's wrong. And somebody, I need what is it? What is that? There's a law that you help old people that are in distress.
Yeah. I think he's being held hostage.
I think something's going on.
Yeah.
Did you see they asked him a question and she shut down the interview?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
How'd you guys meet? We're not talking about that.
I believe it's called Hinge or Tinder or,
It was uncomfortable.
Like, Belly, weren't you a leader of men, bro?
And CBS Sunday Morning is supposed to be like it's really one of the best news shows out there. They do a lot of they do a lot of really cool stories, and they actually do some journalism. I mean, it's a good show.
Okay.
And but they're usually not contentious interviews.
Well, and you know what else too? There's really no reason for Bill Belichick
what
to
is she standing
I know,
right there?
Again,
for?
it's you got to keep control of the narrative. I suppose. I think I think there's some sort of there's something going on here.
Yeah.
What's the one, the kidnappers?
Where are you going to go? Munchausen's
No, but
proxy?
That's a
I don't
different
know what
one.
that is.
No, I do. That's where
sounded
you
like what you were about to say.
No, Munchausen proxy is when you like injure and make your kid sick so you can get the attention.
Oh, yeah.
That's that one. Stockholm syndrome.
I saw the Munchausen on SVU before.
This is like the first time I thought, maybe the Falcons weren't so stupid. I mean, this guy may have lost his marbles.
He
for not hiring Belly. All this stuff you're
some weird going
with.
Again, I'm going to tell you this is somewhere in the middle. Okay, 74 and what is it? 73 and 24.
Yeah,
that's just weird, dude. Stop it. And there's something wrong with you too, honey.
It's something that happened. It's something that happened to him.
But there's some. I mean, honestly, dude, there's something wrong with a 73-year-old man who has had so much accomplishment.
We could cue up that Jamie Foxx song again and be very close to being dead on with that one.
Well, it's something happening to him that hasn't happened to him in a long time. That's all.
Yeah.
He got him a young tenderoni. He happy.
Yeah, I guess. How do you ever get down that path, dude? I'm just telling you.
I mean, like 38 and 73.
That's even still, bro.
47 and 78 is 3. 52 and 70. I mean, 24?
That's just weird. To a new lifestyle, man.
All right.
That's working. I hope Billy's enjoyed all his time here on Earth. I wonder about the afterlife.
Oh, boy. Most picks in the NFL draft, 07 was the SEC. 08 was the SEC. 09 was the SEC. 2010 was the SEC. 2011, 2012. Well, every year since 2007 has been the Southeastern Conference when you look back at the draft. All right, lots of things happening over the weekend.
The Lakers, the T-Wolves didn't get the script.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA has the script. They've been manipulating it since the end of the year.
Yeah.
They want Golden State and the Lakers, Steph and LeBron in round 2, and it's not going to happen. The Lakers lost their series yesterday. I know you guys think they still have a chance at 3-1. No way in hell, dude.
When
Ant's shutting that thing down in 5.
No.
Yeah.
Not in 5,
Yeah,
bro.
in 5, bro.
When they lose, Luka looks fat and slow again.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But he still scored 38.
Yeah, he looked fat and slow. It was credit the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
Credit
to them boys.
They got that one dude. This kid
talking about
McDaniels. Yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Is he Auburn?
I don't know, but he's had like 28 points.
They said, did you see the weird thing about Jaden McDaniels? They said he grew 3 inches this past offseason. He went from like a 6'6" to 6'9" or something.
Good for him.
I think he was on that. Wasn't he on that Auburn Final Four team a few years back? I could be wrong.
I don't know. That I can't answer.
This is where I look at it. It's Virginia Tech or some nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
He was roommates with
Washington. We're close to Auburn.
He was roommates with Tootin.
No, he played at Washington.
Oh,
it's
not
right
Virginia.
around the corner from Auburn.
Okay, yeah, for sure. But yeah,
somebody now is going to text me. You're thinking of so and so.
A lot of 3-1 leads in the NBA playoffs, so that was going on. Listen, nice win for the Florida Gator baseball team. A series win over Arkansas. They took 2 out of 3, so the path is still there for them.
They look like they're in to me. They're up to 19 in the RPI up to 8 and 13 in the SEC. Yeah,
they're not in.
Okay.
They need to go 5-4 in their last 9. If they get to 13, they'll be in. I don't know if 12. I don't know. I don't think any 12. I'd have to check, but I'm not sure a 12-win SEC team has gotten in before. Maybe because of that RPI, but they're playing good baseball.
And doesn't last year help?
It does help, but it's going again.
For those that don't know, this is
what they did last
year. They were very
not
bad.
as bad. They got hot last year as this year. This year they were 1-11 in the conference and cooked, and now they're 8-13, and they do have 3 at South Carolina. They're going to need to get at least 2 against the Gamecocks. They have 3 at Texas. Texas is 19-2 in the conference. Huge challenge there. You're going to have to get at least 1. And then you're going to have to get 2 out of 3 from Bama, who's ranked. So a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do for Florida, but an opportunity still. And if they get to 12, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be enough. So not much wiggle room. And really, I think they only have 1 midweek game left. They're about done with the midweek game. So a lot of work. There was a great game Friday night LSU and Tennessee. It didn't start till 10:30 at night because of weather. And it was at the box in LSU, and those fans are crazy. So the place was packed at 1:15. Tennessee took like a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the ninth, and LSU won on a walk-off home run. It was good stuff. But college baseball is good theater if you don't check it out. And then the Gator men's golf team won the SEC yesterday.
Okay,
so, good for them. Nice.
What's the Nationals?
They beat Texas A&M 4-1. It's their 17th SEC championship. So. In golf. So, and I tell you what, that J.C. Deacon in the last 4 years has really done a nice job. A couple SECs, national championship, individual champion. They got some good golfers. And Poulter's kid is one of their studs. So
yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw that too. He talked about that in his full swing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or was he looking there to go there at that time?
Mm-hmm.
One thing about that, we mentioned the Lakers and the T-Wolves didn't get the. I positioned him as his airness last year, ET. And Anthony Edwards, and then they flamed out in the Western Conference Finals against. But man, 43 last night, 16 in the fourth.
Yeah,
that's changing the guard and superstardom. And what takes you to that next level is winning it all. Where is Anthony Edwards, boys? If Minnesota wins it all, and they can win it.
They're playing like it. If they play like they last night,
they can win it. They've got one of the top, 4 or 5 players in the league. When you have that person and a decent team around them, now you don't go choke it away. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But listen, J.J. Redick is taking a beating today. He didn't sub out at all in the second half. J.J., it's not high school, boss.
Yeah, you got a 40-year-old guy too. I mean, you gotta save some of those legs. I mean, we got a long playoff run here. If you think, I mean,
I would.
I think some of that is on sure. LeBron and Luka.
Yeah.
J.J. gave him the option. Hey, y'all need a blow.
Well, what about the other 3? I mean, it's somebody, so you got to get something just to change it up here a little bit. They blew a lead too. Look, I don't know if in the history of the NBA a team is, well, that's not fair. Of course, in the history. When's the last time any team at any point of the regular or postseason played the same lineup for a whole half? In today's era of, overwhelming statistical information, I need the Elias Sports Bureau to go pull that one up for me.
And then if you do that, you got to win.
It was pitiful. And they didn't make plays down the stretch at all. And then your team, by the way, I mean, you haven't brought up this. The swindle and the palace or whatever they call it.
Man, that's kind of bad. If you watch the whole game, that ain't a foul. If you watch that play, it's a foul.
The NBA said it was a foul.
That's
not
fine.
Me. Yeah.
But watch the game. Watch what happened to Josh Hart underneath the basket on that.
I just watched the end of the game.
And here's what I say to Detroit.
When he barreled him in.
He pitched a nerve with that one.
Hey, Detroit.
he trucked him.
Hey, Detroit. Take a giant suck
over there.
You guys are playing that kind of basketball that we'll play too.
It was such a blown call that the NBA.
Not lost in all that were two unbelievable shots by Karl Anthony Towns, one over the backboard and 1 3 from about 27 feet that stuck it right in Detroit's gizzard.
League said, our bad, ET. They didn't wait 5 minutes. Boy, we missed that one.
Don't worry about my team. Don't worry about my team. Try making a shot there. And by the way, hey, Hardaway, that's for the 4 years at $71 million we gave you where you did nothing.
Man.
You did absolutely nothing for the Knicks. So
gave him a little shank for that. Here's a little foul to send you home.
Hey, Jeff, you said the word swindle and Buddy went nuclear.
Ain't no swindle. It's basketball.
That wasn't my opinion. That was the league's. I was just mimicking what the league said.
We're going to listen to the league that commandeered a
We're going to go to break. We'll come back with more. That's the 10-minute drill game.
That 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Tell them what they're going to win.
Come holler at me for some Sonny's Barbecue, 904-641-1010.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Gang, you want to win a national championship? Get players who are going to go to the NFL. That's how it works. It's tried and true. It's simple as can be. Go look at the NFL draft from this year. Most draft picks, let me see. Ohio State. The national champions had 14. Oh, the Georgia Bulldogs, very successful season, 13. Oh, the Texas Longhorns, 12. Oh, the Oregon Ducks, 10. There you go. It's that simple. You want to win a national championship, you load your team up with guys who are going to get drafted to go into the NFL, and you will be celebrating at least a college football playoff. It's pretty easy to figure out. That's how it works. If you're one of the big boys, you got to recruit, you got to hit the portal, and you got to find guys who are going to play on Sundays.
Take the game with you. What a turn of events! Radio play-by-play is where you are. 1010 XL.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Hey, beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. I love the cleaning freaks. I get them out to my house all the time. They do terrific. Why? The house looks better, smells better, feels better. Just great. Step into a fresher, cleaner home this spring with Zero Res, man. And this month, get Zero Resified. From Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner, you'll get 25% off all cleaning services. I told you 25%. That's a quarter off. And they can handle it. Carpets, air ducts, upholstery, rugs, hard surfaces. Don't believe me? Check out more than 8,000 reviews on Google. They have an unbelievable Google rating right now. Call Zero Res 287-5727. 287-5727. You can go online, Zero Res Jacksonville, type it in, and say you want the Hicken, the 1010, the XL special, and they'll take great care of you. Zero Res, man. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Shania Twain.
Let's go, girls.
Live in Jacksonville. Shania Twain. 2 incredible shows. Daly's Place, July 29th, and Due to Demand, second show added July 30th, with special guest Mackenzie Porter. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit ShaniaTwain.com.
Summer in Jacksonville. Sun's out, flip-flops on, and whoa! Well, there goes Uncle Bob into the pool again. Protect your pool deck with Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings keep you on your feet, not on your backside. Durable, stylish, and way cheaper than an ER visit. Don't Slip Deck Coatings even has indoor options so your kitchen floor isn't a skating rink. Call 904-466-1839 for a free quote and follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
The best game day parking in all of Duval is at Tailgaters Parking. Are you ready for some football? Tailgaters is just steps away on the east side of the stadium. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and secure your season parking pass today.
Share a cup of coffee and range balls with Dan, Jeff, and PGA pros. Tour news, tips, and inside info.
Sounds like a lot of club for this young man.
Brunch with a tour.
Brought to you by Clearwater Irrigation, 8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Feeling the Florida heat? Make sure your car's AC is ready with help from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Right now, get $50 off all AC services at any of their 5 Jacksonville locations. Whether it's a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert technicians will keep you cool and comfortable on the road. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service today and take advantage of this limited one-time offer. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Hey, it's Guggen Golf time. If you and a friend would like to play in this year's Coastal Equipment Guggen Open Golf Tournament, May 19th at Hidden Hills Golf Club, text Guggen, Googan, to the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010 for your chance to win. Score a hole in one and win an Atlantic Infinity SUV. Enjoy Chick-fil-A breakfast, the Dandy Foods lunch. Check out the latest big boy toys from Ride Now Power Sports. Thanks to our sponsors, Taco Loop, Lift Power, Instant Keys, and Southern Oak Insurance.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
He helped me out a lot. You know, I got my footwork right. You know, it was really, you didn't have to put the dog in me. I was born with it in me. So he got my footwork right. And, you know, he just helped me out a lot with my footwork and how to understand the game.
All I need to hear is, I was born with that dog in me.
That's what I heard, too.
That's all I needed to hear. I don't care about no coaches. I mean, I'm glad, but I don't care. I'm just happy that he's got that dog in him and he was born with it. That's what That's what I want to hear. Because we don't have that, and that's what we need here in Jacksonville. And I think they knew it. I think Gladstone knew it. I think Gladstone was brilliant. You know, you only get one shot at this. They sat on this pick for weeks, you know. Baselli was making the rounds on Thursday asking everybody, well, who do you want? Because everybody would say, well, Travis Hunter would be the great pick. And he goes, oh, okay. You know, I mean, that would be the one. So, yeah, it was brilliant. It was tip of the cap on that move. I got no problem with what they gave up.
Yeah, none. Tell me what I'm getting, not what I'm giving up.
Yeah. And then he, by the way, got 2/3 for next year.
For nothing.
So if he wants to, you know, kind of pair them and move back up, he can do that. So this guy knows what it is. It's a refreshing, again, not saying that these guys, you know, although Travis Hunter's like the can't miss guy of, you know.
Well, it's like I texted you the other day because I started to really think I was, you know, kind of really looking at the draft, you know, the next day and looking at what was coming up. And then it dawned on me, you know, before the draft, the Jacks had 5 of the top 107. We were talking about that. 5 of the top 107 picks projected to take Mason Graham. And then by Friday morning, they still had 5 of the top 107 picks, and they had Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
That's chess. We ain't done that around here. That's, you know.
Yeah.
That's putting somebody in check. You got the same.
Well, no talk
top
about
100.
long arms or short arms or any of that.
Nonsense, right? For sure.
They just went and they got a guy who was everybody's. And again, what floored me is the way that football people talk about this kid. I mean, we played some Warren Sapp on Friday. Who was out in college.
I heard that one too.
Yeah, I mean, so that or the way Lageman said, I've watched a lot of tape and getting ready for the draft. And the quarterback that I always talked about pre-draft, and obviously you can check it out, was Patrick Mahomes. He said, this kid is the best athlete
That's where I am.
I've ever seen. Like, he floats on the football field. Like, everybody who's involved with football, he's the number one cornerback in the class, the number one receiver in the class. You got a GM who sat there and said, this kid will alter the sport. Alter the sport. Not just alter the team, alter the city. He will alter the sport. I mean, they're already thinking about ways, the amount of, I mean, it's just, so anyway. And then you start mixing in the pieces and see what happens. And I don't know how much better they are. They got a lot of young guys. They signed 20 undrafted free agents. They added 30 guys this weekend, which is
some of those undrafted guys are going to make the team, by the way.
Yeah, they have to because of the numbers.
Yeah. I saw, it was weird. It wasn't their highest rate, depending on who you're looking at. You know, like, guys rank the undrafted free agents.
Mm-hmm.
And they signed the D lineman from, I believe, Oklahoma. He was like the 9th ranked. And then the kid from Minnesota was like 16th ranked. But I also saw they paid him the third most money in undrafted free agency. Went to that Minnesota D-line prospect.
Oh, okay.
Like 300 guaranteed, I think, which is a lot for that level. So not a lot compared to what the college kids are making, but.
Well, the draft grades are coming out, and the Jags, just
A's and B pluses.
A's and B's, yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't much matter looking at those. I mean, and a lot of them are scared. Like the two teams that I see that got the worst draft grades over and over again to me, and I don't know, but are the Dolphins and the Bengals. And I don't know why. I mean, the Dolphins took Kenneth Grant, I know 13th, and just so it is what it is. So and I did see a mock for next year. And the number one pick?
Arch.
Not Arch. He was second.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Who was one?
Number one pick was Caden Proctor, the tackle from Alabama.
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Caleb Downs is up there. They love that kid. Klubnik is up there. Nussmeier is up there. Sam Levitt is up there. They talk about the quarterbacks.
I mean, again, these remind me a lot of what we just saw in this year's draft. I don't want any of those guys quarterback in my team. I may be extra harsh on maybe like Nussmeier because of what he did against Florida. I mean, they just got sacked all day, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't, those don't do it for me.
Yeah, I would. But yeah, it's, again, so early. Who
For sure. And like, again, this draft class, I don't know. I just know that if Balky gave us the same names, we would say, yeah, this isn't going to work because they never do. Like, especially rounds 3 through 7, and we need those mid-round picks in a year where you trade away your second rounder. There goes a round that we've actually had success as a franchise. Rounds 3 through 7 have been a dead zone.
Here's the crux of it all now. You got Brian Thomas Jr. on one side and Travis Hunter on the other.
For sure.
16, you got to play ball.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You gotta, because now I went from.
Well, there's also a lot of pressure been taken off of Trevor from the savior standpoint.
Yeah.
He's been the only thing to put, and I don't think it's necessarily bothered him, but at the end of the day, he's not the lightning rod in that locker room anymore right now. He's not the attention getter.
No.
And I think that there's going to be some freedom in that, of having that.
Yeah, that should be in his favor.
Yeah, I think so. I continue to not be worried about Trevor. Obviously, he has to play better. They got a lot more talent.
You going to not be worried about Trevor for 9-10 years? When are we going to be worried about him?
Well, no.
We're 4 years in. Are we going to ever be worried about him?
Well, I don't think he's been terrible. I just thought I disagree with this that we're in trouble at quarterback. I disagree with that thought.
Well, nobody said we're in trouble. I just said you said
what are we saying?
Well, you said I continue to not be worried about him.
You continue every day to say he's got to play better. Of course he does. Right? I mean, when we come to, it's like any story we get to, well, at the end of the day, Trevor's got to play better.
Yeah.
Granted, for sure.
Well, we went from a receiving core that was really questionable to one that is,
putting it lightly,
could be elite. Because now, hey, man, De'Ami Brown as your third receiver, I like that. That's good. So Brian Thomas,
and a combo
Travis Hunter,
Parker,
De'Ami
and
Brown.
Gabe Davis now is now right. It just shuffles everyone down a spot, which they needed.
Yeah,
you got a 3 as a 2, you got a 4 as a 3, we had a 5 as a 4.
Yeah,
and it just kind of slots. And by the way, Travis Hunter maybe better than Brian Thomas Jr.
Right. We might have
every bit as he was better in college. He was a Heisman winner.
We could potentially have 2 number 1s, which we've never had.
Yes. Well, Jimmy and Keenan.
Yeah, but Keenan ain't a true number 1. He was a true. He was a really good number 2.
Very underrated.
And I'd be good with if one of those guys was a really good number 2.
Yes, I would agree with that. I'm just trying to see how they have. I was looking at a depth chart to see what they did with Travis Hunter. They have him as backup corner. Yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll see. And then I really like. Look, I'm not doing cartwheels, but Emmanuel Ogbah, in signing him, was a really
just what we need, right?
Good veteran sign.
That's the kind of name we would have thrown out there.
Finally, we've been asking for that for
It just seems like we got a guy down there. Look, he's smarter than us. He has to be, but at least I don't know where some of these old dudes we've had at GM what they're even thinking, dude. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know how you could go into last year and how you could lose Arden Key and not add. I just don't understand it. And that was 2 years ago, by the way. They still didn't do it.
I heard a lot of good things about the Naval kid. Quite honestly.
When did the academy guys get to play pro football right away? That surprised me when we saw Navy. I still thought they had to serve for 2 or 4 years.
They have
Don't they have like an exemption that they
Yes, they have an exemption where they can take 3 guys and they view it as you still have to do your service, but you do it at the end of your career. The Navy and the Army, like Doc Murphy would be against this, by the way. He's told us that, and I get it. But what it does is it allows them to, I think it's 3 people that can go out and do stuff, be it in
They're representing
baseball,
the Army in another way.
in a positive way, right? And so
They're an
when you're all
ambassador
done with
rather
that,
than a soldier.
and then when you're all done with that, you got to go do your
still
time.
got to go do your time.
When you're done with football.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's a fair way to do it. Although it's also fair that if you go to Army or Navy, you're not going to be a professional football player.
Correct.
That's also fair. When the academies, when it comes time for them choosing their
But David Robinson again is,
and Napoleon McCallum has done as much for the Navy and the awareness of it as anyone. Let's get a quick call before we go to break. We all right with that?
Yeah.
All right. Joe, you is on line 1.
Mm-hmm. Morning, you.
Here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
Hey, top of the morning, boy. Can y'all hear me? I didn't hear the beep.
Yes, we got you.
Beat that. All right, hey man, I like what the Jaguars did, man. That's and not just from the football standpoint, but when was the last time Get Up started a segment talking about the Jaguars?
Right.
The visibility of having Travis, his excitement, he's a positive dude. Jag's gonna get some primetime games. It may sound crazy, but I think the
May
two over
14th
there,
we'll find out.
I mean, you got offense sells tickets. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy when they're talking about drafting a running back. You got, running backs. You got receivers. Trevor, I still believe in Trevor. I like it. I like what's done. Now, juxtapose that. We're trying to burn the city down, bro. We should have drafted Shador. Ain't no way in hell we should have drafted that dude from Louisville. If we weren't going to take a quarterback, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude from Louisville over Shador Sanders, man, miss me with that. Everybody mad. Everybody.
I get it. Now, see, now that we're in a different conversation when it comes to a quarterback needy franchise. That's a lot different than be sitting here or other places where your quarterback is in place. It's a little bit different perspective. But as a Saints fan, I would have wanted Shador over. Again, I would have been sucked into the fan media perspective more than the NFL evaluation perspective because clearly that's what happened. We thought more of him than the league did.
And ESPN's agenda. I mean, Cam Ward ain't even halfway up the stage, and it's out. We got to trade.
Cam Ward did get lost, which I enjoyed, by the way, because he went to the Titans. No offense, Joe, but he definitely did not get much coverage at all.
I mean, that was shameful, and that's when I realized I don't have NFL. I tried to switch to NFL Network, and it's like, well, you switched your packages up. You don't have NFL Network anymore. I'm like, damn, bro.
Oh no.
Oh well. All right, boy. Good to be back. All right.
Thank you, Joe. We'll take a break. 8 o'clock hour coming up right here on The Drill.
Spirited sports talk.
He never wavered in his belief.
Spirited sports conversation.
If you're going to act like a loser, raise your hand.
1010XL. Adding a little spirit to the conversation.
Be aggressive. Come on, guys. Go team.
When you think of America, you think baseball, cookouts, military, and pride for our country. At Garber Auto Mall, we're proud to carry every American-made truck at one location. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and Jeep. With the largest inventory selection in North Florida, you can shop with one salesperson. Garber Auto Mall is proud to support our country, our military, and our community. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. Garber Auto Mall. Proud to be American.
You've been hearing all about it all month long. It's here and it's rocking and rolling, and it's Beard's Diamond's most ambitious sale ever. Right through Sunday, only at Beard's. You get up to 40% off all diamond stud earrings and all diamond tennis bracelets. Man, this is huge. First time ever event on the most popular pieces of fashion jewelry. Best prices ever. Only Beards can offer you this kind of amazing value because unlike all the other jewelers in St. John's Town Center, Beards is locally owned, not owned by a Wall Street conglomerate. They got the freedom and flexibility their corporate stores don't have. They are family owned. Go say hi to the Lupos. They'll take great care of you. It's a great chance to check out this 40-year business that does it right and runs circles around the competition. At this event, you can get a 1-carat pair of studs, 10-carat pair. It doesn't matter. All sizes are available. You'll save up to 40% all diamond studs and all diamond tennis bracelets. And it's going on right now at locally owned Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
It's game time for your business, and Advanced Business Solutions has the winning play. With Xerox copiers, you'll never miss a deadline. Fast, reliable, and built for high performance, Xerox copiers keep your team ahead of the competition. From printing to scanning, Xerox brings the MVPs of efficiency to your office. Ready to make the winning move? Hire the champions at Advanced Business Solutions. Veteran owned.
Printers, copiers, and IT management. Advanced Business Solutions.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Walls. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
At IHRS, we're passionate about solving your hair loss. We're clients too. With the latest hair transplant technology, FDA-approved laser hair therapy, and PRP, we guarantee solutions for both men and women. Call now for a free consultation and receive $250 off. Hair restoration is for me, and it can be for you too. Go to hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Are your monthly bills keeping you up at night, wondering how you got so behind? Hey, I'm Roger Moore, CEO of Loan Pronto. I get it. Life is expensive now. Insurance, groceries, cars. And then there's the credit card debt with those obscene interest rates. It's time to regain your financial freedom. And that's what we offer at Loan Pronto, using the power of the equity in your home. We have multiple ways to get you the cash you need, and most clients close in 2 weeks or less, and many don't even require an appraisal. And listen, rates have been plummeting recently. We just locked a homeowner in with an APR in the low fives, saving her over $1,000 per month, and put $10,000 in her pocket. Life-changing money. Whether you're drowning in debt, have a nosebleed rate you got last year, need home improvements, or simply need cash in your pocket, we can help you accomplish this goal in record time. Call us today and get started with no hard credit pull, just a conversation. LoanPronto.com, 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. That's LoanPronto.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The Florida Gators baseball team secured a big weekend series win against 5th-ranked Arkansas this past weekend down in Gainesville. After dropping the second game 7-0 on Saturday, the Gators moved to Game 3, overcoming a 5-1 deficit, scoring 8 unanswered runs to secure the 9-5 victory. Head coach Kevin O'Sullivan spoke post-game, highlighting the offensive performance.
Yeah, offensively, we were really good. Especially when we fall behind five runs after 2. But I thought for the most part, we pitched it pretty well this weekend. I think honestly that this is one of the better teams Dave's had. They're good offensively, starting pitching to the bullpen. They're really, really good. They're really good. So, we beat a really good Arkansas team.
The Gators now moved to 8-13 in conference play with an overall record of 30-16 for the season, now winning 10 of their last 12 games. It's 74 degrees at 8:06. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010 10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
This kid that the Jaguars drafted in the third round, this Wyatt Milam kid from West Virginia, baseball player too, left-handed pitcher. Imagine that big guy up on the bump. Oh, that was interesting. But yeah, and nasty football player, something that they like. But he was a multiple sport guy. And could throw it, and
nothing more frightening than a big, tall, hard-throwing pitcher.
I think he was like all-state in baseball, or something, then started 32 at 36 games at tackle for West Virginia, 31 games in a row.
And they think he's going to be a guard. He's very. Right. I just ask this, like when we say he's going to be a starter, why third round? Or
what do you mean?
Third? Like, why aren't you a first or second round pick? You're the all Big 12. You're, it's weird.
Yeah.
Sports are the one thing where it just doesn't. Like, sports gives you these riddles. Like, Kenneth Grant is bigger and faster and had better stats than Mason Graham. Yet Mason Graham in every draft is going to go ahead of him.
Mason Graham is one piece of video. We drafted a USC center in the 7th round.
Yeah. Pushing him around?
Oh.
Good.
No. Mason Graham threw him around like a rag doll.
Oh, well, that's not good then. Maybe we should have taken him.
Well, no.
I'm kidding.
But, yeah.
Well, I didn't need to hear that. I need to hear it the other way.
Somebody had said, "Can I at least enjoy the pick for 5 minutes before I see this?"
Yeah, you can't enjoy a 7th round pick. You sit him on the bench and you hope like heck he can give you some snaps at some point of his career. If anything more than that, then you've hit the jackpot.
Yeah. You're right. The best thing about this draft is this will forever be known as the Travis Hunter draft. And if Ransaw or Milam or Tootin or even Jack Kaiser or one of these guys or the Lane kid from Navy can somehow make earn themselves and carve themselves out an NFL career and that will be great. But this is all about Hunter. Now we need it'd be nice if this Ransaw kid is as good as some of the things that they were saying about him and he can step right in at safety.
And we've never had a draft where we didn't describe him as a good prospect.
One thing I've learned about this group of, I don't know if it's coaches or personnel or Gladstone or whoever, they put the safe in safety. They're looking for guys who don't make glaring mistakes.
Oh, it's not a bad place to start.
The kid from Houston, the guy from Houston that we brought in, Murray, guys who put the safe in safety, guys who aren't going to, I think the days of, and we've had this for a long time, on and off through the years, the plays where,
saying we got a bunch of Deweys?
Well, the plays where, but maybe more athletic.
Yeah, more athletic
the
Deweys.
plays where we, like, for the beginning of the franchise, for about, 15, 20 years, the tight end was always wide open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or
that
then
play.
the play where Devontae Adams, whatever team he's on, is wide open down the field and our guys are looking at each other. I don't think we're going to have that anymore, at least. Which is a good place to start.
Yeah, it's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, not giving up big plays is
a good place to start.
It's a good thing to be.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah, it was. As always, there are teams that are full of hope and others that are full of despair after what happened this weekend, and we'll see. I'm just glad to have new guys giving me new ingredients because I've been eating a lot of chalky, dry, bad food here for a lot of years. So hopefully, this is the beginning of something more palatable. Listen, I did it under the context of it being, quote, a swindle. That triggered him. I triggered my guy. Mm-hmm. But in all seriousness, should referees in leagues come out 3 minutes after games and say they did it wrong?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You want transparency, but yet.
But give it to me in the 2-minute report today. Don't come right after the game and and again, bleep the Knicks. I don't care. Yeah. This is a.
Bleep the Pistons.
Well, no, my point is this is a situation here. This isn't about the teams that are involved. Mm-hmm. I sometimes feel like I have to use these disclaimers when Hick and I get to talking about the other guys' teams. But it takes away from the team that just beat the other team the whole game. And now you're saying, well, he fouled him. You shouldn't have won. Why? You jokers miss calls every minute of the game. Right. Every minute of the game, there's a call missed. Why? When you do it when there's no time on the clock, then obviously it's a bigger miss. And it was a foul. And even in a rough and tumble series, it was a foul that would have been called if they were calling it correctly. So, but I don't like coming out right after the game and say, yeah, we blew that call. Just let it simmer down. The last 2-minute report comes out the next day, today, and then say it today, which we, can argue about then. So, anyway, end of the day, Knicks win. They're up 3-1. T-Wolves beat the Lakers, who just look suddenly old and slow and not very good at all, Not deep at all. You can't play 5-6 guys and win series, can you?
The LA Lakers have proven that to me. Well, they are proving that they are the LA Fakers.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. You're down 3-1. How many times do we need LeBron to come back from 3-1? Like he's 40. And he played a good game. But the fourth quarter, he didn't score. It's like they were playing sandlot basketball, hoping one of the superstars would make a play. You can't do that in the playoffs. The Ant-Man, last year I remember we started calling him Air. Well, yesterday that boy played like it.
Yeah, he was, again, 43, and he's that guy. And
one thing that happened to Shedeur Sanders this weekend that was really pee poor was Ulbrich's kid. Kids are stupid. And,
and 21, again, is not a kid. You're 21 years old. Stop acting like you're 12. Maybe they are kids because we don't make them be men.
That's what I think. I think kids are dumb. But this is the fact that the dumbness of this, I can't comprehend is videotaping it.
That's what I said. As dumb as it was,
they would have never known if you don't at least videotape it. But to videotape and post it like you're proud of it,
they would have never known.
Really signifies to me utter stupidity.
Well, and by the way, can you imagine this being your 21-year-old son? What a pain in the A this little jackass must be. Goes into his dad's laptop, takes the number, which he shouldn't, then post it. What a little DB,
He ain't even the one that placed the phone call.
What a little turd, man.
Yeah. So he goes to Daddy's computer. His dad was featured on. He was the interim head coach of the Jets.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And now he's and he was the D coordinator up there when they fired their coach. When they fired Saleh, he became the interim head coach. And so he goes to Atlanta after the clean out, and he's the defense coordinator there. He leaves his laptop open. Kid goes to the laptop, gets the phone numbers, prank calls Shedeur during the draft to tell him he's so-and-so. He did it to Tyler Warren, too, a couple others.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And they video him. He's an Ole Miss student. I guess he goes to Ole Miss, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
And then they post it. Like, did they think it was funny? And then, okay, we figure it out immediately. And now we're – and listen, again – the apologies, and I will say this: Shedeur, I think, handled it in a fine, but really uncool, man. I mean, regardless of who the person is, they are working for a dream. It's a dream day, and for anyone to kind of mess that up is really weak sauce. And I'm going to tell you this, young man, you are so grounded.
I mean, I don't know. It's too late, by the way. If you're 21 and acting like that, it's too late. This guy is going to be a JA to everyone he comes across in life. He's
21-year-old.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. That's what I think.
You're just a little D, man.
Yeah.
You just are. I just so bad I want to use poor language, which makes me one of them. But this kid is everything wrong with young America. If you could pick a young American and want to punch him in the face, it'd be because of how this kid walks around. What they think's funny is not funny. It's hurtful.
Yeah.
Like, used to be pranks were funny, but they weren't jugular. It's just
and I guess a couple of weeks ago we brought up Quinn Ewers. And we were talking. I said, "Well, what's happened to him?" And then the judging was, "Well, he looks like he's going to be a he wasn't a 4th or 5th round pick.
Was he a 7th?
He was a 7th round pick. He gets $800,000. He could have made $4 or $5 million.
No, try $8 million.
Well, maybe for who? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but he could have played it. He could have left Texas.
Yeah.
Went somewhere else.
North Carolina, maybe.
He sat.
Maybe Belichick's worried about quarterback stealing his girlfriend.
He sat. He sat in his QBs. Did you see him in the room that he was in Texas?
No.
So somebody said it was a typical I don't want to say Texas room, but it's like a room where you're hunters. So there were a lot of animal heads behind him. And somebody said, forget about Shador. Quinn Ewers is killing an animal every 5 minutes he doesn't get drafted.
Oh, no. That's Texas for you.
Yeah. Him and Daddy.
Yeah,
Him and Daddy were sitting there. And there's like deer and antelope and I don't know, whatever else those animals, big game.
Should the Falcons have taken action against Ulbrich or his kid for that massive intrusion into the league? That's against the league. That's beyond the Falcons issue. That's a league issue.
I don't know if there should be like maybe a fine. I don't know.
How about the kid is barred from the facilities? You're not allowed to come to any games. I'm saying you can't come to Falcons games anymore. You're barred. You're banned.
It could have been a
You
playbook.
can't come to practice. You can't. I mean, right? Who knows what this is?
What if it was the owner's phone number? Like,
There's a lot going on there that goes against league protocol. Maybe the league will step in and do something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not a good look to say the least.
Yeah, it's bad.
And
to your point, to say the least, it's a terrible look, but it's way beyond that.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing that 21-year-old men in this country think that that's an accomplishment. Think they just did something, that you're funny or you're this. No, what you need is to have your ass beat. That's what you need. And then maybe next time you're going to call Tyler Warren. Maybe he'll knock on your door and pick you up by the neck and answer the phone that way.
Yeah.
Proponing way too much violence today. Let's take a break.
All right, let's do it. This is the drill on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
Defense in Duval.
Another pick for that Jags terrific secondary.
1010 XL.
Ball's knocked out of there, and the Jags have it.
Home of the Jaguars.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. So visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
Are you looking for the best lunch specials in town? Check out One Night Taco Stand. They have bold and flavorful options on your favorite Mexican dishes at prices you can't beat. Try the Taco Trio. Choose any 3 of their specialty tacos or street tacos for just $9.99. Find a Taco Tuesday special every day at One Night Taco Stand, Mandarin, Orange Park, and Southside at Bay Meadows.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hey, one of life's most important decisions. You're 18 years or older. You just got married. You just got divorced. You have children. You want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney. I'm not. But we both want to know if you've done your last will. Oh, Dan, get it done. Get your assets to the people you choose. You work hard for your money, man, right? Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes. Matt Hinson's your guy. He's going to listen. He's going to help you with your decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's a Hinson Law Firm. Real simple. You got questions, Maddie's got the answers. You want to get in touch with him? Call him. 527-1700, 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't you let the state decide your fate.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But, Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, We're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwood's the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwood's. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwood's, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 3:20 for the latest in sports injuries. From all the big names in the game, who's MIA, who's coming back from injury. Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 3:20.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The aroma, flavor, the bliss. Nothing matches a great cigar, and now you can indulge yourself with My Father's Cigars. Come to Tobacco Cove on Saturday, May 3rd from 1 to 4 p.m. for an incredible cigar event featuring food, drinks, and specials on cigars. This is your chance to embrace the joy of My Father's Cigars at Tobacco Cove on Bay Meadows Road. More than a cigar store, it's an experience.
I'm Liz Gruby, the Jacksonville Business Journal's events director, and on May 15th, we're shining a spotlight on young professionals who are boldly leading the way in business and making our major impact in our community. I'd love for you to join us for our 40 Under 40 Awards as we celebrate these up-and-comers and their achievements. Don't miss this inspiring afternoon of networking and celebration. Tickets are going fast. You have to get them before May 6th. And for more information and tickets, visit jbjevents.com.
Attention Florida homeowners, for 1 month only. Save big with Renewal by Anderson. Get $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Plus, call now and ask about our brand new Ensemble entry door system. But hurry, this limited time offer won't last. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com today to schedule your free design consultation. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. Renewal by Anderson, your trusted window and door experts. Superior products, exceptional service. License number CGC 1527613.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Well, the babyface assassin, James Gladstone, has set his Jaguars up pretty nicely in 2026 as we put the, finish up 2025 and let's start looking ahead. Think about it this way, man. The Jags have 12 draft picks in 2026. That's maneuverability again. They have 3 third-round picks and a second-round pick. You don't think they can move up if they want to? Of course they can. This is great news for a team that traded away its first-round pick but got Travis Hunter in the process. Gladstone, man, I'm telling you, 34 years young, guy darn sure looks like he's absolutely on top of this situation. And that's your post-draft Duval Minutes, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Lift Power drafts great people all the time. They do it year in and year out. They've been doing it for 50-plus years, man. They're always on the lookout for more. The benefits are unbelievable. 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. You can go see why Lift Power year in and year out is voted one of the best places to work in Jacksonville. Family-owned and operated. Stable as they come. As I mentioned, more than 50 years. Hey, you want to learn more? Just go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
Let me see you pop them things, shake them, do the brand.
Go, E.
Yo. Yo, Dan.
I called E. I was at a wedding this weekend.
You was dancing to this at the wedding?
I don't know if I was dancing to this song.
Oh.
But I called E. And E, I don't know. It looked like all I saw was like, because we couldn't talk. We were just This is what partiers do. Guys who party a lot. Me and E. It's a code.
We call each other while we're partying.
Yeah, we were partying. We had a party code. And so when I'm out partying, as you know, I do that quite often.
Really runs the streets.
I immediately called E, and because I knew E would be out partying. I mean, there's three certainties in life: death, taxes, and E partying on a weekend.
He doesn't take it easy.
And it was probably 11 o'clock at night, and there he was, big smile, happy as can be somewhere. I don't know where he was.
I was at the Fantasia concert.
He was at Fantasia Barrino concert.
The American Idol from years past.
Fantasia.
What is she gospel?
Hamilton.
Where did she land?
No, she's not gospel, but she's heavily gospel influenced.
Okay. Yeah, how was
it? She's R&B. Oh, it was amazing.
She's got a good voice.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So, is she quote a star, or is she just?
Yeah, she's a star.
So she
now where was the concert?
It was at the Veterans Memorial Arena.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it packed?
Oh, it was booming in there. All the uncles.
Fantasia. I liked her when she was on. That's been years.
All the uncles and aunties were out that night, man.
Okay.
Woo.
Okay.
Yeah, we was hanging out. Mark Anthony was also there. I'm sorry, Anthony Hamilton.
I was going to say.
Now who's that?
Anthony, he's another R&B artist.
Okay, is he a bigger one than Fantasia? Who went last?
Fantasia's the headliner.
Okay,
he was a great open.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, well, good. Bigger, so she's filling the arenas. So that's
it was packed in there.
That's right. Well, anyway, that's
where music was music.
Yeah, so we were both partying, and
you had on that tie, that suit and tie.
Oh yeah, we were dancing up there. Me and BWR and the whole
hard bottom shoes or tennis shoes.
No, I hadn't. She jumped on me, man.
So you tried to put on the tennis shoes?
Nah,
black tie. It doesn't work for black tie. You can do it anything
black
but
tie.
black tie.
I couldn't. I didn't get a tux. I wasn't gonna do a tux. But
are you okay with the demands for a black tie wedding from just Joe Public, or does it?
You can do however you want to do your wedding. You don't have to go to the wedding, so then you just say, I don't want to go.
Some of us aren't invited, so it don't matter.
Right.
You didn't have to worry about that decision.
Is it more?
Shout out to staff not being invited. I think we were the only two that weren't invited.
We might have been the only two.
I don't get it. But I'm hearing all kinds of stories of disrepair from some of these staff members.
We're gonna have to
at this shindig.
We have some video. I'll just give you a couple. Tommy McManus had a nice night out. He was fun to be with.
Tommy Mac.
Coach Campo. Good times with Coach
everybody
Campo.
but us.
Dang.
Everyone but us was at
But
the
I
wedding.
will tell you this.
Not even an invitee.
Not even
an invite. Not even a, hey, I really don't have room for you, but I want you to know that. Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Dylan Denmark, there's some video floating around of that young man that you'll want to see.
Oh, I got to go. Dylan was turned up.
And Tommy may have it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to answer any more questions. But Dylan,
Pockets got a little out of pocket, you're saying?
I suggest in about an hour when your boy walks through, he may still be feeling the effects.
Oh, a 2-day hangover, huh?
Yeah.
One of those?
Those are the worst, man.
Shout out West Side.
West Side?
Yeah, he was
shouting out the West Side.
I'm about to get that video.
For those that got invited, For those that got invited. And by the way, you don't have to worry about hurting the feelings of the guy who didn't invite us, because God knows he's not up yet. If he were here working, but instead, I'm sure he's on a honeymoon.
I got some Charms breaking news.
Ooh.
Is this, I don't know, is this?
Make sure you're not getting.
Hold on.
Charms is the new NBA guy, so this has to be.
Shams.
This has to be Lakers.
No, this is a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie. Thank goodness.
I caught it.
Yeah, there you go.
I ain't buying it.
LeBron shutting it down for the rest of the preseason.
No, this will be a good one. This is a believable one. The Mavericks contacted Nowitzki about taking over for Nico Harrison, which would make sense.
Good.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't keep that guy.
Dan, you did what is not being taught anymore in the world of media.
Mm-hmm.
You verified.
Yeah, I vetted.
You verified.
Yeah, I did.
You weren't trying to be the first to post and share.
Yeah, no, I don't care about that.
Well, that's where you get in trouble when you immediately do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Boy, the boys are all over Mel, though. Ooh, that smell is just taking it.
It was just strange. I've never seen Mel.
So you saw the explosion?
I actually saw it while it happened.
Was it uncomfortable?
No, I just thought
he looked like a caricature.
No, I think they just were like, okay, you know how either one of us get on something and won't let it go?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like he was like losing his mind.
But Reese handled it well.
Yeah, Reese finally was like, Mel, we're not arguing. Just move along, I guess, is what he's saying. And now his rant came, was it right after Shedeur was picked, or was it when he still hadn't been picked? I think it was right after.
It was after.
Yeah, it was right after he was.
It was after. I think that's what started it.
Yeah, but he just, I don't know why Mel thinks he hasn't been heard. Mel, you've been heard on this. I don't know what the way to handle it at this point is, well, he goes to the Browns. Quite frankly, I think they could have taken him 4 rounds earlier, but not, I don't know why it made it seem as if he had a tie more than journalistically to the story. Mm-hmm. I mean, did Mel put $100,000 on Shedeur in round 1? Mm-hmm. It seemed way too personal for him because the other guys, Dan, were being personal. So and they basically agreed with him that it's strange that he fell. But I think when he went, to your point, when he took the gloves off and says the NFL's been getting it wrong for 50 years, be careful because you're part of that machine.
Yeah, right.
You're part of that machine. Right. You are part of the NFL getting it wrong as one of the premier, notable talent evaluators from the media side. You're the godfather. Yeah. You're the godfather of the media prognosticator. So just appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, this league has given you a forum to do nothing and make millions.
Yeah.
You're not grinding away with these coaches and scouts.
No.
You're not going out to Colorado to try and talk to Shedeur.
Right.
You're not breaking down everything. You're just look, there's a reason. I'm sure part of it was personality. It was it feels like this is the deal with Shedeur.
Mm-hmm.
He has the confidence of LeBron James and the resume of Bronny. I mean, it'd be like if Bronny came into the league acting like Shedeur has acted through this process.
Yeah.
Turning off people by not returning calls, by not going through the interviews, by,
His resume is a little more than Bronny's, though.
Yes.
I mean, he's got accolades and stuff in college.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
though.
I just mean proven versus unproven. I had to use Bronny because I'm trying to think of another father's son.
I think, though, I think LeBron, who's handled it much better than Dion did.
How about this?
How about that?
You can say that he came in with much more of this. I don't think. Watch Bronny be every bit or more as impactful to his sport as Shedeur is. That's how we'll answer. I mean, if we look at him in 5 years, Shedeur Sanders isn't playing football and playing meaningful football. He's Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. He's a second backup. Mm-hmm. Then they were all right. Hicken made one good point. You don't draft guys in the top 3 rounds to be backups at that position. You can do it in other positions, but you don't take quarterbacks to be back. That's where if they don't have you in mind as at least a starter, you're not going to go to round 4, 5, or 6.
That's how they viewed him.
That's how it always is. Just like Gardner Minshew and every 6th rounder we ever took.
Yeah.
That's how they view Shedeur. Now, they viewed Gardner wrong. He was better. Is Shedeur Sanders going to be as good as Gardner Minshew?
I think he'll be better than Gardner.
The Washington Commanders are going home. The organization will deal with the District of Columbia. Ooh, that is going to be some serious coin to build a stadium at the site where the team had its greatest success. They are going to play where RFK Stadium, where the still stands, by the way, and they were there from 61 to 96. An announcement is expected Monday by the mayor and the owner, Josh Harris. Team terms of the deal have not been announced, so multiple outlets report earlier this month that the cost would exceed $3 billion.
Well, that's the price of stay. We know that.
Harris has said he'd like to open a new stadium in 2030. Their stadium is a dump, the one they have now.
Yeah, they built this. They went to the burbs years ago after all that success downtown, and it's kind of been a curse. They have had no success. They moved there in '96. I think isn't this the first playoff wins this past year?
Yes.
Since they moved to their new stadium in almost 20 years, they finally got a playoff win.
They are going to go, DC's going to go all in. The mayor wants the stadium, housing, parking facility, hotels, retail spaces, 174-acre site. The D.C. Council must approve any taxpayer money that is used for the project. The group has been split on the topic in the past. This will be a lot of work to do, but looks like that's what they want to do. It's probably where Washington belongs, right? RFK. That's it, man. That should be where they play football. So we'll see. But they were there from 61 to 96, and they are they're headed home apparently. So another new stadium getting into the mix. We talked about this the other day, and once that new stadium is built here in Jacksonville, it will be just a matter of time for our city to host not a Super Bowl, but a draft. We'll have a draft.
Yeah,
They
I
will
think
give
that's
us a
coming.
draft.
Sure,
Yeah.
especially with the stadium.
When you watch Green Bay was able to do it, and Green Bay, that stadium is like in a neighborhood, and they were able to do it just fine. They had lots of people down there. I'm sure parking was a pain in the rear.
You want a dime bet?
Ooh, I like to hear it.
You want a dime bet since, you won't be around to pay it off?
Let's hear it.
It was awful quick, man, because I'm getting some pushback here on the text line as well. When both careers are done and the backs of the football cards have been completed, who will have more passing yards and touchdown passes, Shedeur Sanders or the quickly dismissed Gardner Minshew? I'll take it off the air.
Take that dime, Betty.
I'll take that.
Take that.
I'll take that.
Where is Gardner at? I say it because was Shedeur a fifth rounder? Is that where we fell?
Yeah. Gardner was.
I gave up on the draft when I realized that the Jags had those two early fourth round picks and didn't pick again until like May 5th. Did you notice that? They picked 107, 104, and they didn't pick again until like 200 and something, like the end of the sixth.
Yeah.
So I checked out for a while, literally like 2 or 3 hours before we picked again. How many touchdowns and yards does Gardner have, by the way? Be careful before you take his advice.
I was going to say.
Gardner's probably up to what?
I'd say about 50.
50 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Yards for Gardner? 10 yet?
I don't think he's at 10.
Let's see.
Pretty close.
50 might be heavy.
Where's Gardner Minshew play now, by the way? What team's he on?
Is he on a team?
He's not on Vegas?
No.
50 might be heavy. Maybe 35 touchdowns.
Is the Chew in Kansas City now?
Yeah, where is he?
Oh, yeah, he got the Mahomes back up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him.
Great gig.
Something about former Jags that get that job. Henny,
Right.
Gabbert,
He won't be adding to it, though.
Yeah, that's true. He finally realized his lane, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Chew's smart.
What touchdowns and yards?
Yeah, touchdowns. Chew has
I bet he has 50.
68.
68, yeah. Good luck there.
Oh.
And how many yards?
Almost 12,000.
12,000. Go. You sure?
Yeah, I still take that.
Okay.
I like that.
I still take that.
Yeah,
man.
you can take it. Write it down. It'll never be paid one way or the other. I guess my point is that's the kind of numbers that are high for sixth rounders not named Tom Brady.
Well, somebody told me, and I don't
68 touchdowns. Wow.
34 picks, 12,000 yards. Yeah, that's pretty good numbers.
I think, and again, I don't know if this is correct. This can't be correct, but let me find it real quick here. From 94 to 24, NFL quarterbacks drafted in the fifth round are 0-43 at becoming over 43 at becoming starters.
That's why I threw the dime bet out there.
Does that make sense?
Again, NFL teams, they don't pass over talent because of daddy issues. Y'all, way too much was made. Disservice was done by ESPN. I'm not saying it's not a factor. It's overstated. If you think Shedeur Sanders fell to round 5 because of Dion, then I can't disagree anymore. I cannot disagree further.
I think he played a role.
Yeah. They take guys who push pregnant girlfriends down the stairs in round 3, gang.
Because normally it's weird because those guys they're really good football players.
Here are some of the quarterbacks taken in the fifth round. T. Martin, Mike McMahon. Oh, boy. Randy Fasani.
Don't even remember him.
Kurt Kittner. Brandon Dahman in 02. Craig Nall.
Well, I will say this. It's obviously the most famous
Brian
fifth rounder
St.
ever.
Pierre, Craig Krenzel, Dan Orlovsky, Adrian McPherson.
You know what the sickest part of this
Ingle Martin
is that I know
Omar
every one of these guys I went to college. Yeah, I could probably name every one as he was on the list. That's how sick this is.
But you know what else that this did, though?
Yeah.
With Shedeur being drafted in the fifth round, you see what the NFL did with the combine. They turned it into a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the draft, it's a production. And the further Shedeur slid back, the further more people paid attention to it. That was the story all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Third round, Shedeur still not drafted.
Yeah.
Fourth round, he still. So it kept people engaged and watching. Normally, people who weren't watching.
They're long gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is the Drill on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
I love football. I love everything about it. I love Friday nights when you're looking for a win and Saturday morning when you found one.
1010 XL. Hey, it's Matt Hayes here with a challenge. A challenge might not be the best choice in words,
So let's say an opportunity. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180. It sounds a little different when you put a real goal to it, doesn't it? Maybe you looked at the scale this morning and it read 230 pounds. How about it reading 190 by the 4th? Maybe the scale says 300. Wouldn't the number 260 be a little nicer on your eyes and on your joints? It's attainable if you have the same results we all had with Awaken 180. I dropped 40 pounds in 9 weeks. Hacker dropped his first 40 in just 6 weeks. Dempsey, Blue, and everyone else I know, same results. And we've kept it off. The best thing about Awaken 180 weight loss, it will completely change the way you think, see, and feel about food. The results are real, attainable, and the process simple with Awaken 180. Take the opportunity and drop 40 by the 4th. It all starts with just one call to Awaken 180 weight loss. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bow 9 Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. It's Bow 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
When you think of America, you think baseball, cookouts, military, and pride for our country. At Garber Auto Mall, we're proud to carry every American-made truck at one location. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, and Jeep. With the largest inventory selection in North Florida, you can shop with one salesperson. Garber Auto Mall is proud to support our country, our military, and our community. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. Garber Auto Mall. Proud to be American.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Cannonball! Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers. And drainage, too.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
1010XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. A lot of post-draft talk. I will say, that in the world of baseball, of course, we took a tough loss yesterday. Oh, boy, the Metropolitans just blew one. Oh, very painful.
It was 7-1. I flipped over there just to see, and you actually got out of the
one jam.
Previous inning. That one. I saw the one you got out of.
But as I said, I will point this out. My partner here tells me, nobody knows the Atlanta Braves like him. And, of course, well, I do. I know the Atlanta Braves better than he does. As I told everybody, 17-17. Might even be earlier than that, but they'll be 17-17, as I said on this very program 3 weeks ago. I know the Atlanta Braves better than you. I'll just leave it at that, and we can move on.
Dang.
12-15 with 3 coming up against the Dodgers, and the baseball genius here has them 17-17. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
When they're 17-17 and 34, I guess I'll draw you a little picture or something and give it to you. Yeah,
a picture would be nice.
A little trophy or something.
Like draw me a picture.
Knowledge of your Braves is for outstanding Braves knowledge. But they're not going to be 17-17, so that's not going to matter.
I knew you weren't going to let that ride. I knew you weren't going to let him just talk like that.
I mean, it's 12-15, man. He's talking about like we're in first place.
I knew you weren't going to let that ride.
I don't want to do this to you because
they got 3 at the Rockies and then 3 with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
That's the 34th game. It's the Dodgers game, so it was accurate. Yeah.
So when they sweep the Rockies,
they're not sweeping the Rockies.
Okay, well, what's their record right now?
They're 12-15. They're not going to be 17-17.
Hey, I ain't got nothing. Hey,
mark it down.
And by the way, if they are great,
put it down.
That's great if they are. That's awesome. It'd be awesome.
Once again, the kid jumps in like a champion and gets it right.
Leave me out of this Braves on Mets violence.
I ain't no violence. Then you got to, if you know more about the Braves than me, then you got to tell me. I don't know who hit 8th yesterday.
Would you watch them?
Yes. Oh, I have. I've been watching them. They're watchable. They're watchable. They're frustrating, but they're watchable. But I admitted that long ago. I was back in the watch back on the watch game.
Who do y'all think have more college touchdowns?
Okay,
Gardner Minshew or Shedeur Sanders?
More college touchdowns?
Yeah, collegiate. That can go off.
Gosh, Shedeur played 4 years and had 40 a year. I mean, they're not even close. Who had the best single year in their college career? You think?
All right. Well,
Minshew.
Minshew had 90 college touchdowns. Shedeur had 134.
Okay.
But all right. Well, remember Minshew played in that air raid, so his best year he had 38 touchdowns,
9 picks, and 70% completion.
Shedeur had 37 and 10.
Yeah, and completion percentage.
Pretty good.
He had 168.2 rate. Let's see the percentage. 74%.
Yeah. Wow. This year?
Yeah, this last year.
Do you understand? You guys are arguing about Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. All I did was I'm pointing out.
I'm saying it'd be one thing if we were arguing about, a first-round pick.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's the most popular 5th rounder of all time.
Yeah.
Most polarizing, that's for sure.
Oh, just remember the best quarterback in the history of the game went 55 spots later.
Yeah,
I think it's easier, though, when no one knows you're taking there.
206. What was it?
Like
Brady?
Yeah. 196.
199. 199. Yeah. 100% 199 versus 144, right? The Gators had 8 guys drafted, which is really incredible, but one of them was a dadgum punter. Listen, I've watched Gator football since I was shocked this kid was drafted. I can name 5 Gator punters, 10 Gator punters I thought were better than him, but I guess not. The Jeremy Crawshaw kid.
Crawshaw?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was drafted. I didn't notice that.
He was drafted.
Jasmine Watson was drafted too.
Who was the highest Gator drafted?
The highest Gator?
Mm-hmm.
God, Cam Jackson, maybe?
No. And you might have made an argument going into the draft. You might have said, I think Montrell Johnson will be the highest Gator drafted. He was not drafted.
Not drafted.
Dang.
Signed with the Eagles.
Oh, I know who it is. It's and this was way too high, but was it Kim DK?
Yes.
Yeah.
He went in the 4th round to the Titans. Jason Marshall went to Miami in the 5th round. Cam Jackson, 5th round to the Panthers. Shamar James, who could have stayed in college, went to the Cowboys in the 5th round. Graham Mertz got drafted to the Houston Texans in the 6th round. Crawshaw to the Broncos in the 6th round, which is a great place to go as a punter, by the way, because that ball will go. Chikwueze Bridges to the Chargers in the 7th. Big Dez, Buccaneers.
Don't they
undrafted?
Between he and Vita Vea, you're going to have about 800 pounds there in the middle?
Oh, my God.
Because isn't Vea already the biggest dude in the league?
Well,
one of them.
This guy dwarfs Vita Vea. Elijah Badger to the Chiefs. Crenshaw Dixon to the Titans. Jamarcus Weston to the Jets. And Montrell Johnson to the Eagles. So those were the Gators who got some play. Florida won the SEC championship in golf this weekend, which is pretty cool. But really for them, the baseball team taking 2 out of 3 from Arkansas, who's in a little bit of a downslide, was big news. They got to 8-13. They got a shot. They got a shot. They got to play good baseball here down the stretch. They've been playing good baseball. They don't have great pitching, but they're hanging in there. It's the best I can say. You know, perhaps get a regional. We shall see how that goes. So,
Lakers got gassed yesterday. It was egregious enough that if I'm, who's the Rob Lowe lookalike, Pelinka? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers GM. I'm revisiting I'm at least acknowledging the pitfalls of hiring guys who have never been coaches. I mean, there's something there. Even if you are and we're to the end of the year, but that's just a huge oversight, man. You can't play playoff basketball in a physical series where your best player is 40 and not sub out the entire second half.
Mm-hmm.
Was it second half or fourth quarter? Second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, second half.
The entire second half, the Lakers played the same 5 guys like they're Monteverdi or somebody.
The entire second half.
You can't. I mean, it's just it's unpardonable. It's unforgivable. You had a big lead there at the start of the second half, or at least a nice little lead. Were they up 10 points?
12 points.
12-point lead with LeBron and Luka. Here's an idea: up 12, give them a break. By the way, JJ, even if they say no, come sit down. Ever heard of this? Give them a couple minutes before the quarter ends, sit through the quarter break, and a couple minutes, something. And I know the Lakers, because they were trying to make these deals, I know they're not just, teaming with talent, but you got to have enough depth to go more than 5 deep for an entire half of playoff basketball against a good, young, athletic team. Man, questions today for J.J. Redick. You got to take control of that. Who's on their bench, man? Can I find somebody? I mean, who is so bad that that your starters have to play the whole game? Like,
yeah.
I mean, Jordan Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent and Jordan Godwin, Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes starts. He played 4 minutes. Why does he even start? Why do you start a guy if he plays 4 minutes the whole game? By the way, had 1 foul. It wasn't that.
He's their only 7-footer, so I'm guessing for, he's not their only, but for jump balls, they get him out of there.
Dalton Connect can't get some minutes?
What happened to him?
Dalton Connect can't shoot for you? You can't get Markieff Morris, 10 minutes to spell? Dorian Finney-Smith played 41 minutes and the entire second half. He went 2 of 7, bro. I just 46 minutes for LeBron, 46 minutes for Luka. It's a 48-minute game. We are in game 86. Not a good formula.
Not a good formula.
And they're not going to win, E. And this part of it will be this. Not only did you lose the game, you sacrificed the legs. I mean, I think look, I know we say, you don't need downtime here. What's it they call it? Load management there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're 40 years old playing, 38, 40 minutes versus playing 46, 48 minutes versus, without any rest, might make a little bit of a difference. It might.
Yeah.
Fat Luke, I guess, was back, by the way. They've lost 3 out of 4, so
Looks a little heavy.
Luke has gained the 10 pounds. If they win, next time out, he will have lost the weight real quick.
Looks a little heavy.
It is the Monday Morning Quarterback. We're live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Turn on your radio. We'll bring the game to you.
Here we go. 4th and a yard.
Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio. 1010 XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, certainly facing some interesting economic times, right? Trying to make sense of what's going on. That Dow goes up, that Dow goes down, that Dow goes up, that Dow goes down. What are these tariffs? What does this mean? Well, you know what? For me, it's comforting to know ITP Partners has all the answers. Experience, expertise, knowledge. Those are the ITP Partners, and that's Reed Wingate and Janice Cobb. That's Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman. That's Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Scott Reckner. Those are the ITP Partners, and they have me feeling fine, right? And by the way, they'll listen to you. They'll build a strategy where your goal becomes their priority. What a great time to get in the game. ITP Partners always there to help. You need info, Chris at ITPPartners.com, or you can call them easy, 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners, and they're my financial partners for life.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Are your monthly bills keeping you up at night, wondering how you got so behind? Hey, I'm Roger Moore, CEO of Loan Pronto. I get it. Life is expensive now. Insurance, groceries, cars. And then there's the credit card debt with those obscene interest rates. It's time to regain your financial freedom. And that's what we offer at Loan Pronto, using the power of the equity in your home. We have multiple ways to get you the cash you need, and most clients close in 2 weeks or less, and many don't even require an appraisal. And listen, rates have been plummeting recently. We just locked a homeowner in with an APR in the low fives, saving her over $1,000 per month, and put $10,000 in her pocket. Life-changing money. Whether you're drowning in debt, have a nosebleed rate you got last year, need home improvements, or simply need cash in your pocket, we can help you accomplish this goal in record time. Call us today and get started with no hard credit pull, just a conversation. LoanPronto.com, 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. That's LoanPronto.com.
Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Fantastic news here due to overwhelming response. Beers Diamonds extending their amazing earring and bracelet sale for Mother's Day. Hicken here. So now through Mother's Day, you can still save up to 40% off diamond earrings and diamond tennis bracelets. It's Beers' most ambitious offer ever, and response has been incredible. The corporate-owned big box stores can't touch these prices. Beers locally owned, man. Say hi to the Lupos when you go over there. The freedom to give you pricing you deserve. Highest quality diamond jewelry. Celebrate the mothers in your life with something they'll appreciate for decades to come. They also have special pricing on other Mother Day favorites, including colored gemstones, pearls, pendants, and fashion jewelry. Beards Diamonds, your destination for making this Mother's Day truly special. Don't miss Beards Diamonds' biggest sale ever. Up to 40% off Beards' already beatable value price. Now through Mother's Day at the Town Center. Only locally owned jeweler. It's Beards Diamonds.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. You've heard us talk about it. Window World, the #1 window replacement company in the USA, selling over 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years.
That's a lot of satisfied customers, and why J.D. Powers has awarded Window World Best in Customer Satisfaction 3 out of 4 years.
Window World stands behind their slogan, simply the best for less. With Window World, you get top quality windows at a price that leaves more of your money in your bank account, and you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement industry. When compared to our competition, there is none. See for yourself. Call the competition. Get quotes from them. But before you buy, get Window World's free estimate and compare the quality of the windows and the price.
You'll see.
And when your new Window World windows are installed and they're saving you money on your energy bills, if anything goes wrong with those windows, Window World and I will be there to make it right. That's my guarantee.
Call Window World today. Start saving money on your new windows and your energy bills, and take vacation with your savings. Window World, online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
Grinding out good grades can be just as challenging as winning games. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, brought to you by Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. The Jacksonville Jaguars first-round draft pick Travis Hunter, a standout two-way player from Colorado, spoke at his introductory press conference as an official Jaguar on the relationship he plans to build with Pro Bowl rookie wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr., who emerged last season as he set franchise records for most receiving yards, receptions, and touchdowns.
He will be big for me. You know, he did a great job his rookie season. I got a lot to improve in. I'll improve on it myself, so I'm gonna ask him a lot of questions. You probably get annoyed because I'm asking so much questions, but I want to be the best. I want to be better than him, so I'm gonna try to soak up all the knowledge that he allows me to take from him.
Sound courtesy of Jaguars.com. It's 75 degrees at 9:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The Hard Knocks needs to do the right thing and go to Cleveland this offseason.
Yeah. I think maybe maybe Coach Jason Gibson, who joins us right now, I'm wondering if he's dispatched any scouts to go check out this Shador Sanders. Apparently he's Rena.
Might be able to work him in a little bit. Nothing good happens in Quad Cities, Coach. I don't know if you know that. I was going to try to tell you.
Quad Cities.
I didn't like it. Quad Cities.
I'd rather go to Peck City.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go to.
I just got.
Yeah, I know. That's how stupid we are.
That's a good one.
They are one of the best teams in the league. Quad Cities?
Yeah.
Tough spot on the road.
Now, you know what? They're the kind of team, and we talked about it before the game. I told the guys, if we just play base, simple football, we won't lose. But when you make mistakes against that kind of team's not going to go out and just light it up. I mean, it looked like it, but
methodical. Well, when you say that kind of team, what is it about them?
They're a team that's just not going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and beat you in half a second. They're going to do it in half an hour.
If you make mistakes, they'll capitalize on it, and it's kind of like just a. Novocaine just slowly works in. So,
what kind of mistakes do you find your team making here 4 games in? And that's what it. And there's a variety of reasons going into that.
I mean, we jump out. We're 3-0 in the last 2 games. We've had 6 turnovers in 2 games.
What do you attribute that to?
Yeah,
searching.
Huh?
You're in search of? Well,
Yeah.
You're not going to throw anybody under the bus.
No, I would never do that. I mean, but you just can't do that.
Butterfingers. That's the answer. Butterfingers, Nick.
You can't do that at any level. We can't turn the ball over 6 times.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, that's 6 possessions.
Do you find that most teams employ the same strategies? It's about compared maybe to the old league, and it's just about who does it better.
At some point, we're all, I sit there and look at it. Trust me, I evaluate it. I watch. Well, what were they doing? Let me go see what this team's doing. We're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
as a coach who's been doing this so long, is that how do you like that?
I mean, I think the NFL does it too. Think about it when who was the big running back combo from Arkansas?
McFadden and
when they started doing the Wildcat,
Hillis.
everybody started doing the Wildcat.
Yeah,
and then that fad ran out. And then everybody.
Well, the NFL copycat from building big defensive tackles or getting a third receiver or slot. I mean, there's been lots of the similarities when it goes that way. So. When it comes to that, if teams are playing similar and you've got a pretty good talented team, you've told us that, then it's going to come down to, it seems kind of cliche, but it comes down to things like turnovers and
just execution, certain things like that. Playing on the road, they had a good environment. I'll give them credit for they just played a game where they were just solid base and we made the mistakes. And then the good thing about it is this is not really like last year to where we've got a good team, and so when you look at statistically. We're in the top 5 in every category on both sides of the ball, but except turnovers. So, I mean, that's the keys, but we'll fix that. But defensive, we're as good. But, being out 4 starters doesn't help either now. We were out 4 starters.
And what about this week? Similar?
Kind of, but the guys have 2 weeks under their belts, things we had to replace. And losing Rashad Wilkins at the nose was huge. Losing Jimmy Robinson at tailback, best running back in the league.
You've been telling us that since the beginning of the year.
That's huge. You lose your 2 captains.
Yeah.
So we're just readjusting to that. We're not playing great ball right now, but, I mean, still everything's from us. Like I told the players at the end of the game, I know this sounds crazy. You finished 14-2, 13-3. This game's a blimp.
Yeah.
You got to have that mentality. It can't be. It's not like last year where you were like, oh, my God, I hope we can, try to get a win with the talent we've got. We've got guys that can play.
You get a boost coming back home. What can you tell us about Iowa? I think that's
Iowa. Whoa! I mean, Iowa.
That's a long-known team. They've been around as long as Arena.
They start out
Barnstormers.
They start out 0-3, 0-4, and it looks like a cakewalk on the schedule. Then they go out and sign a new quarterback last week. He comes out and drops 60 points.
It's amazing what those quarterbacks can do at this level. We have seen that. Just every league, every team.
What a difference for
that's
them.
football now, right?
Yeah.
Whatever level.
Quarterback comes in. They got a guy throwing 4 or 5 picks. They get rid of him, bring in another kid that no one's ever heard of. Next thing you know, they beat Indianapolis and so now they got a little bit of excitement, but still, I mean, we're a pass-heavy defense, meaning it's tough to throw the ball on us. I know it was a blip game last week, but still, it's still hard to throw the ball on us. If they ran for 120, that was the thing. We were kind of down a nose guard. We were having to play our DNs at nose.
I can compare and contrast kind of your. I can read you a little bit, and this time last year you didn't have that same. Sense calm about you, I think, about what's in front of you.
Yeah.
Like the losses last year, there was a little, they were made worse by a little bit of confusion, quite frankly, on what was going on. But it seems now that you are not as worried about this team. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, trust me. You don't hear it in my voice. You don't see it. I am as sick and as mad as anybody.
No, I hear you. I see that too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're happy over there, but.
Because of the mistakes we make, because it's uncharacteristic when the first 3 games – you're looking at it going, wow, and all of a sudden the last 2 were just, making some little mistakes. But going through the rest of the season, it's a good schedule. I mean, last year the West was tough and the East was easy. Now the East this year is tough and the West is easy. But that's great about football. That's good for the fan base. But we got a home game against Iowa this Saturday. Of course, 904-621-0700. It's going to be a packed game. It's the Iowa Barnstormers. It's a legendary team.
Was that Warner's team?
Kurt Warner's team.
Yeah.
And the kid's going to come in, they're going to throw the ball 30, 40 times. So this team's going to be a kind of team that's going to come in. They're not going to run it. They're going to try to air it out. And
that's like a fun game to watch.
It'll be a fun game to watch. It's into Iowa Barnstormers, so it's a good game. This is their first trip here. They didn't come here last year.
JackSharks.com for all your ticket information. You can get it there as well. I know it's a kind of a sidebar, but how much, first, can you afford to with your staff? I know you said you got a guy working for you on the personnel side you really love. Do y'all pay attention to the draft?
Absolutely.
Is there a list of names
we
after that?
We got 3 guys right now that we were waiting on that probably went undrafted.
I was kind of wondering how much. Will we see some of the filter down into this season?
You're going to see guys that were going to be undrafted free agents anyway. They weren't projected, that are undrafted free agents that were kind of, I might get a call. But if I don't get a call, I'll go to Jack's. There's 3 of them right now that we've got on the hook. We're waiting until actually we're waiting until today.
Okay.
I'll know some more about into the business today on some needs we got to fill.
As a football guy, just your impression of Travis Hunter, what he can do and what he has done at the level of football he's playing. And you come from a league that I know when it started, the guys played both ways in arena. That was kind of the catch to arena.
I think it's a 2-for-1 great. I thought it was a great pick. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a good move for the city. I thought it was a good move for the team. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is a superstar, and then you put another superstar there. I don't know if I would have given up that much, but
got to get to give sometimes.
Yeah. But hey, I think it's a really good pick for the Jags. I think the guy can play, man. He's obviously the elite player in the country.
Yeah.
So now you have him on your team.
It's very rare that a guy, demands too strong a word, but really commands the opportunity to play on both sides. I mean, there have been a lot of good players coming in the league, and there hasn't been anyone yet that's able to be as fluid on both. And there are guys that have done both sides, but as fluidly as he's done it, man, that's a different world.
It's exciting for them. It's a 2-for-1. That was a no-brainer.
All right, JacksSharks.com, home game this weekend against the Iowa Barnstormers. You can find out more at JacksSharks.com. We got tickets to give away right now, so ET will take caller number 4. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right, 641-1010. As we go to break, caller number 4, you will be inside the arena this weekend. If not, 621-0700, JacksSharks.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Coach. See you next week.
Joe C., Matt Hayes, and Leon Searcy, making the middle of your day have something to say.
So, what do you and your friends talk about?
XL Prime Time.
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question.
2 to 4 on 1010XL.
4! Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Tailgaters parking season passes are on sale now. Secure your Jaguar season parking today. Enjoy indoor restrooms, a full-service bar and grill, access 4 hours before kickoff. Visit tailgatersparking.com and book your space today.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
This is Dr. George Barry, inviting you to look online at barryorthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Barry Orthopedics, and online at barryorthopedics.com.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Friendly competition meets great futures. It's the Birdies and Bounces Tournament presented by the Mackenzie Noel Wilson Foundation Friday, May 9th at the Yards. Where else can a pickleball tournament, 15 holes of golf, food, fun, beverages, raffles, and great activities help a worthy organization like the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida, where 59 clubs serve nearly 6,000 youth daily. For tickets and team registration, email Charlie C. at bgcnf.org.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010XL.com
so you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations providing advanced urological care to improve men's health and sexual vitality. Don't suffer through prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hey, did you see this weekend that the Savannah Bananas played in front of 81,000 in Clemson?
I didn't realize. I guess.
Damn it, you're missing out.
Apparently, the Bananas are spawning this team they're playing is another similar team. Didn't I see that?
Party Animals. Yeah.
Is that who they play? Are they the Generals? They play the same team every time?
It's the same team every time.
Oh, wow. 80,000 they played in Clemson's football stadium, I suppose?
And sometimes they'll play other teams, but for the most part, they're playing the Party Animals, who's just as good as the Savannah
That's what I'm going to say. I thought they were, at some point, will the Party Animals,
branch
share
off?
The acclaim of the banana? Savannah Bananas hit the mother load, though. They got the name.
My goodness.
It's all about the name. If you weren't they were the Savannah Sharks, no one would pay attention. Savannah Bananas, perfect.
I'm looking at
81,000 though. MLB must be just pulling the hair out.
Yeah, on social media, on Twitter, there's this picture of this, they call it a reticulated python. It's the longest and most aggressive non-venomous snake in the world. Don't worry, E, you're okay.
It's not poisonous.
He's not poisonous.
I don't care.
This thing is a monster. It was in the streets of southern Thailand because they had some flooding. And this big so-and-so got in the wall. I mean, and they sent me a couple other pictures from different reticulated pythons. My goodness gracious.
I wouldn't want to
stay away from reticulated pythons. That's all I can tell you guys. I put it out on Twitter if you want to see it, but good Lord. That is one big snake.
I don't want to.
You would have a problem with that one.
I'm having a problem going to watch the video.
No, here's the problem with the video. You ready? Again, man, we just every American should walk out of their house today and kiss the sidewalk leading away that we don't live in a place where monsters like that roam the streets. And this isn't a city. It's in a city in Thailand. They have a flash flood. We have them at the creek all the time. In the middle of the mud puddle, where we may see a boot floating down the current, there is this monster, this 40-foot, 14-inch round snakey. What in the hockey sticks? What kind of monstrosity? What kind of civilization? What kind of society has that walking around their city streets?
I would have died.
Huh?
I would have died, bro.
Yeah. You would be with us.
I mean, what would you honestly? Would you have a heart attack if you just walked around the corner and you saw that thing looking at you? Can you imagine? Imagine you're playing golfy. You're out there at your Fleming Island. You're having a great time. It's the Thursday scramble. You're having a good time. You hit it in the woods on 7. You go take a look about 10 feet in. You walk around one tree, and there's this 40-foot monster looking at you. Huh? How would that go?
That wouldn't be good.
Like Buddy said in The Longest Yard, I think he himself. Yeah.
Listen, I've told this story before, but when I one summer in college, I worked for a golf course back home in Cleveland. I say home. My parents were living in Cleveland. I had no home. I was a vagabond. So I'm working on this golf course. I'm doing I'm cutting the greens and the maintenance and the railroad, the whole thing. Well, it's cold in Cleveland, so it really doesn't get summer until July, and I was up there from May. I mean, you go to work in the morning in May and it'd be 30 degrees still. So fast forward a little bit, we're getting into late spring, early summer, and I'm getting ready to dump my grass clippings. What you do, you cut it up. They get into those big baskets, and then you dump them in the side of the woods. And I go over to the side of the woods, and I just hear this viscous, rustling, and I'm like, what? And, what is that, this, that, and the other? And I take a peek, and these are real things, apparently. It's a snake pit.
Oh, no.
And there's got to be 500, if there's one, all just intertwined with each other, I suppose, to keep the warmth up for the wintertime. I guess they bury themselves, and they all intertwine. I mean, all makes and manners, different kinds of snakes. Man. I mean, that is the stuff of nightmares.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't have a huge snake phobia. It didn't bother me as much as it should have. I think if it happened today, I might die. But at 19, it's oh, wow.
I don't like spiders and snakes. Texas transfer kicker Bert Auburn has committed to Miami. So there's a situation brewing if L.A. wins its next two. A LeBron James Game 7 could be airing on Sunday on ABC to 10 million people, but it won't. It would air on TNT because ABC will air an F1 race. Already locked in, so I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but nonetheless, yeah.
The Braves are going to play a game in Bristol, apparently. It should be fun. Or one of their NASCAR tracks.
Yeah. The Reds, right?
Bristol?
The Reds?
Yeah. I don't understand Major League Baseball for the life of me.
No?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, dude. That's just seems awful gimmicky.
Well, I mean,
I don't mind playing in other cities, but playing in a NASCAR stadium, what's the payoff, Vic? Are you capturing the Bristol, Tennessee market?
No, you're capturing. It's like the Field of Dreams games were pulled off brilliantly.
Well, that's baseball though.
Going to Williamsport.
Sure,
pretty
again,
good.
baseball. Those make total sense. Playing in a NASCAR facility doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, if you got 81,000 in Clemson, I'd send the Braves to play a game in Clemson.
Yeah,
don't you think?
I just don't.
If 81,000 people want to watch the Savannah,
I'm asking what the purpose of playing the game is first. What's the purpose?
Money
to make Bristol paid him or the Speedway did
money
because NASCAR does. I mean, you could be a rabid New York Rangers fan, and if some league that you don't care about played a game in your stadium, it wouldn't mean anything to you. It wouldn't make you a fan of that league or of that deal. Maybe it's just throwing the region a bone. I mean, it is a region that supports Cincinnati and Atlanta. They head off to those stadiums probably for the most part. In the I like the hockey playing outdoors. That's all different. Y'all are missing my point. Hockey's played on a hockey rink. That's they're taking baseball to a football stadium or a NASCAR track, or it's just in an odd place. I don't know. I'm not against it. It's just odd.
Yeah.
Whose home game was that? I wonder.
I don't know. I'm sure you got to.
We're on the road the whole daggum year, I've determined. So when we come back from Colorado, the Braves will have played 9 home games and 18 road games or something like that.
Yeah.
So we probably will get to it 20 and 20. You're just a little bit off. You're 6 games off pace. Unless they sweep the Rockies, but I don't know.
We shall see. Are we?
No, we're good.
We're good?
Yeah, we're light right now.
Okay.
The audience is begging. Give us more.
I was typing something.
Yeah,
I was in the Bahamas, quite frankly.
I heard. What's the dude there, Bob? What's his name? The Golden State guy.
Meyer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I heard him shameless plugs on ESPN telling me how good these NBA postseason has been. I missed something. Has it been a great postseason?
No, the Aaron Gordon dunk was.
But then I started thinking, because I thought the same thing, and then I started thinking, well, maybe I'm just holding myself prisoner to the first couple of games, because the Lakers and T-Wolves just played 2 close games right down to the end in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
The Nuggets and Clippers have been within 3 points of each other, it seems like, their whole series. The Knicks and Pistons have been toe-to-toe to the end of pretty much all 4 games. Maybe the playoffs have been better than I thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually I'll see that in my first reaction. What are you talking about? You've been watching. And then I started thinking, I said, well, maybe. I mean, the Magic are hanging with the Celtics, or at least they did until losing last night.
Yeah.
The one thing that has just remained true in the NBA, and it's been the darndest thing, it seems like it's happened more this year than other years, and that is there is no 12, 15, 20-point lead worth nothing. Didn't your team blow a 21-point lead yesterday?
So true. No, we were
you ended up winning the game, and
then we were down 11.
Yeah.
But really, it's like the last 5 minutes. It's like
these crazy comebacks.
Amazing.
Teams are down 20, 21 points. One of the teams this weekend was down 21 and came back. I don't remember which game it was.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers blew a 12-point lead second. It's gotten to this point. A 12 to 16-point second half lead isn't worth nothing if the other team's any good.
Right.
They will throw a 12-0 run on you like without blinking.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're right back in games. I don't know my GM, Alex Anthopoulos, but I'm guessing that he married a woman, divorced her, and then remarried her, because that's how he runs our baseball team. I've never seen anybody go back to the collection bin for talent like he does with these former cast-off Braves.
Got Ian Anderson
That's
back.
amazing. He's done it with Chavez 4 times. He's also back again.
Yeah.
He did it with all those outfielders. He did it with a couple of the relievers. Listen, buddy, Ian Anderson went to the Angels after you deemed him no longer good enough, and he was terrible. An ERA of 12.
Oh,
so yes.
The Angels?
Now, granted, they made him a reliever. He's never been one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm wondering what the blank is going on. Apparently, he'll join the team for Colorado. The Braves are at least
right up to the
trying
big
out.
league club.
Yeah, right up to the big league club. Our pitching's terrible. Our bullpen has been way better these last 5 or 6 games. It has not been good overall. So, like I said, 55-53 at the break. We'll see. We'll see if that's good enough to be a buyer.
Yeah.
I went ahead and gave everyone permission to fast forward to the All-Star break, where the Braves will be either 55-53 or 56-52, whether or not they're 14-14. I'm going to take the long prediction. You remember I said that?
All right.
That's the long prediction.
From the text line, Design My Lifetime Enclosures. You'd be surprised. I used to do reptile removal. I've pulled 8-foot-plus gators out of pools that there are reticulated and Burmese pythons loose in Florida. Hell, they caught a Nile croc from the Everglades once. Removed a cobra from a lady's laundry room.
Good Lord, don't tell me these things.
They're crazy out there, man.
Yeah.
Man, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Clippers were down 22 in the Gordon Dunk game, they're telling me.
Yeah.
That was a weird ending.
Yeah. What a play.
You don't ever see them determining if the ball had left his hand on a dunk. I've never seen it. I've never seen them try and figure out if
it was hard to tell, too.
Yeah, because I think, to be honest with you, if you really, really, really go down to the frame, I think it may still been his hand.
Yeah.
But it was in the basket.
But it doesn't matter. It's got to be out of his hand. That's what I learned that. I wasn't sure.
So even if his fingertips
right.
are touching it,
that's
it
correct.
It.
Now, like a jump shot, it's a lot easier to tell.
Yep.
Because the ball has left your hand. But on that, it was super hard to tell for sure. That was big that they called it a basket.
By the way, it looks like Dame tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell the way he went down.
Yeah, not good.
Probably in the Dame.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, you had the blood clot.
Yeah, the blood
They
clot.
kept him out. I wonder if that led to any sort of...
And they say the 2 injuries happened on the same day, a year apart against the same team.
Really?
Yeah.
What was this? The
tendonitis last year.
Okay.
The same team last year, and then torn Achilles.
From the text line. Yeah, those leads ain't worth nothing to Walter Clayton and the Gators either. Fair. Memphis blew a 20-something point halftime lead against OKC the other day. So yeah, it is. If you watch the NBA and say, man, they sure can't hold a lead. You're right. You're right.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll make the turn for home right here on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Even more Jaguars. Listen to the Tommy Mac podcast with Tom McManus and Campo and Joe with Dave Campo and Joe C. Find these original podcasts at 1010XL.com or on Twitter at 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound and Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town, setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
Well, if you're a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors, key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner. Understanding every facet of construction keeps your projects on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hacker here with an opportunity. Drop 40 pounds by the 4th. You can do it. I dropped my first 40 in 6 weeks. Hayes did it, Dempsey, Ballou, and thousands of others have done it. 40 by the 4th with Awaken180weightloss.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers, they take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 28, 1961, Milwaukee Braves future Hall of Fame pitcher Warren Spahn throws his second career no-hitter in a win against the San Francisco Giants.
Fantastic news here. Due to overwhelming response, Beers Diamonds extending their amazing earring and bracelet sale for Mother's Day. Hicken here. So now through Mother's Day, you can still save up to 40% off diamond earrings and diamond tennis bracelets. It's Beers' most ambitious offer ever, and response has been incredible. The corporate-owned big box stores can't touch these prices. Beers, locally owned, man. Say hi to the Lupos when you go over there. The freedom to give you pricing you deserve. Highest quality diamond jewelry. Celebrate the mothers in your life with something they'll appreciate for decades to come. They also have special pricing on other Mother Day favorites, including colored gemstones, pearls, pendants, and fashion jewelry. Beards Diamonds, your destination for making this Mother's Day truly special. Don't miss Beards Diamonds' biggest sale ever. Up to 40% off Beards' already beatable value price. Now through Mother's Day at the Town Center. Only locally owned jeweler. It's Beards Diamonds.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Jacksonville area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Jacksonville, Florida. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since 87.
Yeah, I'm cooling down on the reptiles roaming the city. I wish we hadn't brought the story up because now I'm getting all the local impact from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I'm a retired police officer. Got a snake call one night at Pearl Street.
Oh, dear.
Walked up to the lady's house.
No.
Asked her where the snake was. I was parked on it. I thought it was a speed bump on the street.
Man, no.
15-foot python.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
Well, hopefully he mushed it.
Also from the text line, are we overestimating Hunter's ability to make ourselves feel good about the pick? Now, that is the negative spin.
I'm looking at this top 8 2025 going into the season, way too early mock draft.
Yeah, it's always fun to look at last year's and see how it corresponds.
They had James Pierce won.
Oh, you are looking at last year. Okay, good. I like this. Pierce won. Yeah,
it's in New England, by the way.
Yeah, it was. What about the other Kentucky kid? Maybe in the top 10.
They had the Giants taking Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, so it began with the media prognostication.
They had Luther Burden to Carolina third.
He lasted to the second round. I thought that was odd.
Yeah. They had Nick Scourton, an edge rusher from Purdue, going fourth.
Was he drafted?
I think so. I remember seeing his name. They had Travis Hunter going fifth to Tennessee.
Hey, well, they got it right. He did go at least to the team that was picking fifth.
They had Will Johnson, who has a knee issue, so he didn't go to the second round. Sixth to Washington. Carson Beck going to the Raiders at 7. He's at UM.
I saw a mock draft for next year that has Carson Beck number 3.
Uh-huh. And he had and then they had Harold Perkins, who did his ACL at LSU, who was a good football player, going 8th to Arizona.
Yeah,
that was way too early.
And the emphasis there and why it's called the way too early. That is way off. That's not anywhere near. Cam Ward not even mentioned, the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Mason Graham not mentioned. Abdul Carter not mentioned.
Yeah.
It comes at you fast. Guys, that's why, that's the argument, by the way, for fringe prospects going back to college.
Mm-hmm.
That's the argument.
Yeah.
You take that game and you say it's ready for the NFL or the NBA. I would say the same thing to these Gators that are going in this NBA combine.
But this is interesting because the kids see their names and they know. So like this one in 2023, way too early. So Bryce Young was 1.
He went 1.
Will Anderson was 2.
He went 2.
Jalen Carter was 3.
He went up 8, I think.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud was 4.
He went 3 or 3.
And they had the Jags taking Eric Gilbert from Georgia.
The tight end. Oh, my God. Is he still in college, isn't he?
No.
He ended up staying like 10 years.
Tanner McKee, the quarterback from Stanford.
What is that, Trayvon? What did we take?
Oh,
what year is that? No,
2023.
That's 22 was Trayvon, so 23 would have been.
It doesn't matter who he took; he was better than that. Tanner McKee was quarterback. Then they had Jacqueline Roy, a defensive lineman from LSU. Will Levis, 8th. Keishon Butte, 9th. And then how about this one? 10th. Antonio Johnson, safety, Texas A&M.
Got him around 6.
Current Jag.
Yeah.
Who was like a 5th-round pick, by the way.
I think what we're learning here is, and we'll do it tomorrow, we perhaps shouldn't look at the way too early mock drafts. They're idiotic.
I get about half of them right.
With just the last 2 years, it's not just the half they got right. They're putting guys in the top 8 that are going like in the rounds 5 through 6. They're the Shedeur Sanders evaluators of all time. They're telling us guys are in a spot they're not. And that's what happened in large part with Shedeur Sanders. The media and the fans convinced us all that he's a top 5 pick, whereas the football world and the NFL said, what are y'all talking about?
Right. Crazy. So anyway, that's the way too early. That's the Jamarcus Weston will sign with the Jets, $200,000 guaranteed. He's a gunner, special teams guy. Trey Webb said he will have the longest career in the league, 100%, because he plays special teams. That kid, they loved that kid at Florida. Remember him? They could never get him in they try to get him a touchdown or whatever, but he was always special teams guy. He might.
Florida had 5 drafted, but a bunch undrafted free agency.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, here's another good draft note, drafted the lightest and the heaviest players in NFL history.
Oh, okay.
NFL history.
That Tez Johnson kid from Oregon. 154.
Yeah, he's going to get broken.
That's smallest ever.
464 for Des Watson.
He never lost any weight. I mean, this guy's getting ready for the league, and he's at 464. You can't. There's no way that guy lasts, by the way. He just can't. You can be 600
because
pounds.
I said this.
He's not going to pass the PT test.
Well, I said this, E, and this is true. He was at Florida for 4 years. They try at Florida at college can watch you. NFL don't care. They tell you, hey, come in at 350. If you're not 350, you're going to get fined
$50,000.
X amount of dollars per pound or whatever it is. We'll help you if you ask for help, and he'll ask. But I mean, they can't watch college. They can watch you 24/7, and this kid could not lose weight. It's really a sad story, quite honestly, because he's a talented football player, but you can't play at force. I don't think.
The most interesting thing about the way too early mock drafts now is what. Or not maybe the most, but it's interesting to see what they think about, like, the Jags. Where do they put them?
What do you mean? Oh, 10 is where I've seen them early, which I don't like.
Well, it's better than 3 or 5.
Yeah, but 10 is not good.
And I think they'll be better than that.
They have to be.
I will say this. Of all the
I should say this. I've seen 2 mock draft. Wait,
they're 10 in both.
10 in both.
I will say this. Of all the cliches and hot terminology for all the talk of ecosystems and intangibles, there's one thing that this group has said since they came here that they better be right about, or we're in for a long year and this will be a longer process. They better be right when they tell us that this team is a lot better than the record, because they haven't done a lot on the surface to upgrade. There's not a mass replacement of players here. I mean, you could make an argument that on the top of the depth chart, the top 22, there will be, you can argue there'll be 3 different starters, maybe 4 or 5. And some of those, like those O-line starters, jury is out, man. We replaced guys with the same guy from what their careers have been. Say what you want about Hainsey. He's the Bucks Fortner. Came in, had the job a couple of years, wasn't good enough. They replaced him.
Fair.
And then the Baltimore
Macari.
Yeah, listen, the Baltimore Macari, for as much upside as he has from being that when we got Sheffield, he was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
he's a veteran Pro Bowl player. We're not replacing, Shatley.
Yeah,
no offense, Tyler. So where the thing that we better count on, because outside of Travis Hunter, there is no immediate impact, I think, from a starter, from a
on
new
the
starter.
offense,
on any side.
I think. Well, what do you mean impact?
I mean a guy who's going to be an all-rookie player.
Oh, from the rookies.
Yeah.
Well, the jury's out on the
Or I don't know. I don't know why I should like, Murray more than Cisco. I don't know why. I look at his resume and his career and his time in Houston. I don't know why I'm supposed to like these guys more than the guys we had.
I think they would tell you that guy. If each one, I can answer the question, but I can't tell you.
Well, we got to see it.
Yeah,
and by the way,
and we should be.
But that talk, by the way, is not worth as much as those stats in that resume. I can look at Murray. I can see what he's done. Unimpactful, not around the ball, doesn't create turnovers.
Yeah, but doesn't make mistakes.
Okay, so you say.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
It's not me. I don't know.
No. Whoever's saying it.
But if Travis Hunter can be the rookie of the year and Brian Thomas Jr. can play.
Yes. And your quarterback's back, who you didn't have for a lot of last year. You certainly didn't have him consistently. You haven't had him for, a year and a half, really, since the Cincinnati game.
I'm not sold on the tight end room, but Brenton Strange will get a great opportunity. And De'Ami Brown in his position now excites me a lot more than De'Ami Brown is like the second receiver.
Sure.
But De'Ami Brown running little crossing routes with his speed excites me.
I will say this too.
When I got BTJ, I got a faster team.
They got way faster. They got faster on defense too.
Yeah,
those draft picks are fast.
Yeah,
the running back from Virginia Tech is fast. The cornerback from /safety from Tulane is fast. They got guys that are among the fastest.
By the way, this running back, he's going to get a lot of opportunity.
He should.
They're not.
We need fast twitch playmakers. What do we scream here? We don't have playmakers. That's why you got to love the Travis Hunter move more than any other.
I don't think they're sold on ETN.
No, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those guys are gone.
Yeah.
They got another couple running back. They drafted a running back in the 7th round who has a resume also.
Yeah.
We talked about all the. I mean, was it LaQuint Allen? Is that his name?
LaQuint.
Did you look at what he did though?
Yeah.
He's another 1,200 yards, 6 yards a pop.
Yeah.
Double-digit touchdowns. So I would say to Etienne and Bigsby, head on a swivel, boys. You better play better. You better hold them up because I'm about ready to send both of you packing and take my chance with 2 others. I've seen what this position, how easily turned over it is in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. And I think part of it is I think they're very confident in their coaching staff, but players got to make plays, man. And if you got Eric Murray and Darnell Savage back there, I don't know. Dewey, I guess I'll let Dewey compete. Antonio Johnson, the kid from Navy. They're going to move the kid Ransaw to safety, right?
So they say.
I know I know Tyson Campbell and Jordan Lewis are going to be on the field, and so where does Hunter fit in? He's going to be on the field.
He's going to fit in with whoever's the last guy to get beat among those 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyson Campbell will be there, but Travis Hunter on 3rd down, the very first week of the season, better be coming in the game. That's why if you drafted him number 1 to play him at receiver, you made a mistake. You don't take receivers number 1. You or number 2. You traded up to get him because of his unique ability to be dominant on both sides. I don't want any kid gloves, work him in. By the time we get to the first week of the season, he should be ready to be out there in money situations.
Oh, yeah.
So for the first 3rd down of the regular season, I expect Travis Hunter to run on the field.
You know why you love this Travis Hunter kid? Travis Hunter says things like this. They say, well, Travis, you got offensive meetings, defensive meetings. How are you going to handle all that? He goes, well, I figure I got 24 hours in a day and I sleep 8 hours. That means I got 16 hours for football. I mean, that's music to any coach's ears, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the greatest thing that anybody could ever say. That's what they love. That's what they want. That's what they covet. You know, guys who are totally that's enhancing the ecosystem is what that is.
I'm sure when it came down to talents that was a big swing.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, by the time you get down to like the running back from Virginia Tech, when he went, there were still 4 or 5 guys like him in that. So it's got to come down to the intangibles, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you differentiate?
Well, the guys that they got definitely have some intent. Like, bravo for not taking the McMillan kid. I'm sorry, but I mean, I think that was, and apparently if they had stayed at 5, everybody said it was going to be Genty. So play us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah. Well, Mike, you got a great program right there for you, sitting right there. Not only do you have a draft class, not only do you have 20 or so undrafted free agents, not only do you have Emmanuel Ogbah, you also have the exploits of Dylan Denmark at the wedding. So, you're loaded.
Yeah. His reception escapades.
Yes.
With Saeed. That trumps the dancing, I think. But
it may live forever.
In all seriousness, like, I get, saw the video sent to me, but I will not share that with anybody. I will say that too many, that's all, you can't have fun anymore. Nowadays, everyone's filming you, doing something. So my man Dylan was having a good time at a wedding reception. Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. Solid effort. Well, what's your initial reaction to the newest members of the Jacksonville Jaguars via the draft?
I love a few of the picks, and some of them I would not have made, or I would have picked somebody else, but that doesn't make me right. You know what I mean? Like, we say this every year. There's so many different ways you can put it together, and I don't want to get caught up in I have to be right. It has to be built my way. And we said all along, we know they like Mason Smith. They're not going to draft the 3 technique. And I thought, nose tackle was a bigger need, but for all we know, they're happy with the guys they have. For all we know, they like the offensive tackles that they have on this team, which apparently they do, at least enough to not go out there. Like, I would have taken Jared Ivey somewhere there late in the draft.
All right.
I like the Ogbah signing, but why not have them both? The way I look at it, I feel like that's one position I'd like to have a little bit more depth at. But, hey, it's new regime, and you've got to give them a chance to install their vision.
Fair enough. A lot to break down for you.
Oh, yeah.
2 hours of action-packed news coming up. West Side. Our Monday is completed, Jeffrey.
Yes, It's been the Monday Morning Quarterback. We'll see you tomorrow inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Kyle Busch. The Candyman comes. Kyle Busch gets it done at Charlotte. He is now won everywhere.
And you're listening to 1010XL Jack Sports Radio.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting